microphone. When he's not on the microphone, he's playing a song. And when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone. And then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Maps. Just had a few seconds. I was on Google Maps and I Googled Augusta, Georgia, and I like to follow the little here's hole 1, here's hole 2, zoom in. That's the closest I can get to Augusta, Georgia. Is Google Maps. Yeah, no, I admit that. I will happily and readily admit I'm a master's dork, 100% nerd boy. I'm all about it, man. That is my sports mecca. That is just
that's it.
That's everything.
Yeah.
It's the white whale, the green whale, if you will.
You're correct about white.
Yeah, that's true too. I can't get
the great movie, The Green Mile.
The Green Mile
sports movie.
I forgot about that. How was your weekend?
It was great.
Yeah,
I had a really good weekend.
Yeah, anything at all? Wow, bless you. Oh my goodness. And is there another? I think there's another. And will there be another Jason Ross sneeze? We're waiting at 11T. And no.
One.
I heard this argument over the weekend, by the way, speaking of 11T, that put that in my head. Why is it not 1T1 instead of 11? It's 22, it's 33, it's 44, it's 55, et cetera, et cetera. Why? 11 is just strange.
Why is it once instead of uno y uno?
Yeah, right? It's the same thing no matter what language you speak on it in.
Turned it up to 11. I don't know.
8, 9, 10, 1T1, 1T2, 1T3.
1T?
I know it's not. Well, yeah, 20.
Yeah, no, but why would it be T?
20, 30, 40, 50, 60. You're just putting 1 in there. You're just following the same pattern. That's all. It's like the old Louis C.K. bit, the 9/11 deniers. His daughter heard that on the news, and she literally thought it was 9 people that did not like the number 11. We are the 9/11 deniers.
Yeah.
We want 1 teen, 2 teen, but it should be 1T.
I'm good with 11.
Well, because we're used to it, though.
Yeah. Yep.
But
it's because it's the way it's been.
That's right. And that's an argument we should never use throughout history, because that's the way it is. Should be 1T. That's my opinion. I could be wrong.
That's the one gripe you have with
anything
with the English language.
That is the one gripe.
That's the only thing that's wrong.
No other gripes. And I got to get used to this, man. I got 2 full-time jobs right now. I got to find a third. Got to find a third. Like Scott Mocha is 3, 4. Well,
I will say it was a good win this weekend. Everybody must be happy about that.
It's 1 win, and we play again tomorrow. They're talking about Huddersfield Town.
They must be excited.
Yeah, they're super excited. All you got to do is look at my tweets. Anything I tweet out, Kings, anything, whatever, there's some Huddersfield Town fan yelling. It's fine. It's better than losing. That's for sure. But, man. Yeah, real talk. I gotta find By the way, you've been asking about, you haven't been asking, but daughter's going to USC Open Campus this weekend. Should be UCLA the following weekend. Just the scheduling, the way it works out. We didn't, pretty much down to those two. We have none of the financials from USC yet, so we're waiting on that. They pinged us yesterday because you got to send another 2023 taxes. Yeah, like legit. They need to see our tax.
Stay out of my business.
That's what I'm saying, but that's how we get money from them. But remember, I told you we were going to do a funny.
That's how they get more from you.
They can't get any more from me than what they want. Trust me.
Oh, man, I'm out of cash.
Yeah,
they can.
That's the headline. Because we're going to put a bunch of, we're going to make a fun little video for ourselves where we have all the hats out and she picks one. But I think I'm going to need to add another hat to the collection. NYU.
You have to buy a USC hat?
Yeah, which you should know this, by the way. We have USC mom and dad shirts, USC mom and dad mugs. Yeah, got them.
USC too?
Or no, just UCLA.
Yeah,
That's
okay.
all. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I say USC?
Yeah.
No. I haven't bought
Gross.
I haven't bought one USC thing. Not
Good.
one. Definitely bought UCLA. So I think she was going to get in, right? I think we're going to need to. And by the way, I mean I'm again high school dropout here. I'm not disrespecting anybody's education. I'm just saying. Going to need to add a third hat or a fourth hat or a fifth hat, whatever it is. It's going to need. I think it's going to need to add a Beavers hat. American River College, guys. Yeah, not a political statement here, but yeah, my my stocks, the little tiny egg I have set aside in part for the kiddos. I'll take a guess as to what the percentage was this morning when I checked it because I hadn't checked it in 4 days. Percentage down since January 1st. Year to date.
40.
40. Chris?
35.
35. 72.
Pretty high risk.
Oh, man, I'm out of cash.
That's what everybody says. Amazon, American Express, Tesla. Yeah, I know.
Then they'll bounce back.
That's what everyone says. Buy the dip.
I didn't say that.
Diamond hands. Hold on to everything. Like I'm pot committed, dude. There, it's there. I can't. Nothing I can do. Some dingleberry's going to come in tomorrow and buy a ton of stocks and watch them quintuple.
This is much like the Kings season. Miserable in the bad losses. Never really enjoy. Like, how many years did you win? You just can't make it. You didn't make it liquid.
I just enjoyed a nice steady climb.
Yeah.
Didn't really look at it. Everything about maybe
just a solid win over Portland. Didn't really care about it.
It wasn't, celebrate. I was just like, okay, well, that's there. That's good. It's good to know that that's there. Didn't really see the cliff.
But is your 70%? I'm guessing it's up from when you put it in.
No,
it's not from when you first put it in.
Jason, I'm the worst investor in the history of mankind.
Well, then maybe you should.
I just want you to know that. Let's see. Where are we at?
So
Maybe
you bought
your
the
friend
peak.
could help you with some of his gambling winnings.
Yeah, it sounds like your friend's better at that.
And I'm not really Mr. Risky Pants, but yeah, dude, don't ever come to me for investment advice because I just do the thing. My timing is the worst. Here we go, right here. That's a number I probably don't want to share. That's my number since I've started investing in 2017. Yeah. Hey, I don't know. I don't understand any of it, obviously. But American River College.
Okay.
Somebody said Sac State. Nope. Sorry. That would be maybe 50 or 60% if I was down. Down 72%. Community college and hopefully a scholarship. You think people like foot picks or sports talk radio hosts? I'm looking into it. Any stream of income I can find. It's not breaking the law. You think anybody has a kink for watching people clip their nails? Do that one. How's nail clipper OnlyFans? Is that a thing?
For someone.
Anyway, good morning. So sure hope everyone knows what they're doing. Sure hope everyone knows what they're doing.
I don't.
The only thing I have for you is so our friend, I forget his name. I hope he's listening, but because I'll plug his stuff. He sent us the rubs. the meat rubs, right?
Mhm.
So I've used a few. They're really good, and I used a new version last night.
Careful with that voodoo Cajun.
Well, funny you say that. I want to be clear. Chris and I have had zero conversations.
No.
Whammy.
So Sunday, I like to barbecue, especially when it's nice outside. That's just a thing. Just seems right. Sunday barbecue. So I hadn't had ribs in a while. They had a deal at the store. Wife picked up a couple racks of baby backs. Love them. Love spare ribs too, but baby backs were on sale. Rubbed them down, and I saw Cajun. I like Cajun seasoning. Nice packed rub on there. What I do is I throw them on the Traeger, get them nice and seared and cooked, pretty much cooked. And then I just simply bring them inside on the foil-lined cookie sheet, put the oven on 350, and then I pour some liquid in there. Yesterday, I sometimes it'll be like a Dr. Pepper or a cherry. I decided to put some iced tea in there. It's just not really flavorful. I just want the steam a little bit. Put them in there for about an hour. It gives it the nice, I still like a chew, but meat falls off the bone. Like Mr. What's the guy? Mr. Rib, who's the guy? Mr. Skins? It's not Mr. Skins Barbecue. The song I like, Mr. Barbecue. Away. The song I play. Damn it, I can't remember. Anyways, like his barbecue place. It's not Mr. Skin.
No.
It's a whole different website. So anyways, I always have a tester rib in between the Traeger and the oven so that I can kind of, maybe I'll put them in for this, that, whatever. Take a bite. They're done, but they're just not the consistency I want. I take a bite. This tastes, wah! Ha! Ha! Oh, not good. I mean, good, but I can handle. Look, I eat a taco. I got Cholula, Crystal, the New Orleans one. I can handle that level of spice.
Not this one?
Nope. So I'm looking at 2 perfectly cooked racks of ribs, and I'm thinking I got to do something here.
You're gonna drown them in barbecue sauce.
That's exactly, friend, what I cut. So I cut them off the rack, cut them into individual ribs. I put them in a bowl. I took there was about a quarter bottle of what was it, Big Daddy Kane's not sugar, big sugar, whatever.
Kumo D.
Yeah, exactly. Barbecue sauce, and shook that up. Barbecue sauced them all up, and then drizzled a bunch of honey over all of them. I'm really trying to counteract. And so last night it was, do we just not eat them? So we all, my wife, Mason, and I, Avery was gone. We all power through the ribs, right? They were as spicy enough to where it was uncomfortable.
Still.
It helped.
It is very spicy.
It is. And if he's saying that, right. So we got through it. It was good. It was just uncomfortable. And there's gonna be aftermath. I can tell.
What time?
Don't know.
We'll know.
I'll let you know. I had some chicken over the weekend and I used some of the spice on that. And what I did was boop, boop. And that's it.
That's it.
That's enough for me.
Lesson learned. Just thought it was Cajun flavor, like Tony Chachere's. Nope. Whatever the hell he puts in there. And there's somebody out there who's like, put hair in your feet, or whatever they say, spice. Don't be such a child. Spice. Well, whatever.
Yeah, put hair on your feet.
Yeah, I don't want hair on my feet. All right, we'll take a break. Hey, we got a big show for you today. The Kings pissing me off.
What?
I hate this team so much. I just hate this. I hate this team so much.
Wow.
So we'll talk about that. Frankie's going to join us at 9:00. Yeah, just
We bring the boom.
figure out who you are.
That's what we do.
That's sports hate, not real hate. I'm sure they're all nice people. We'll take a break. We'll come back. Leading off is next.
Stay up to date on Sacramento sports. Join the Sacktown Sports 1140 newsletter. Visit sacktownsports.com.
As seen on Crazy Rich Asians, Silicon Valley, and more, it's Jimmy O. Yang, Big and Tall Tour.
She was like, babe, what's your love language? I'm like, what? A love language could be words of affirmation. I was raised by Asian parents.
Their love language is verbal abuse.
Saturday, April 12th, the venue at Thunder Valley. For tickets, visit ThunderValleyResort.com. Don't miss them, Sacramento. Jimmy O. Yang, Big and Tall Tour.
If you've always wanted to be a part of that Jeep life, there's no better time than now than the 2025 Jeep Wrangler. And no one has a better selection than Sacramento Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. The Jeep Wrangler has been unmatched in off-road capability for over 80 years. But being a Jeep owner, it's so much more than the performance on and off the road. It's a lifestyle. It's camaraderie. It's the versatility and the customization. The new Jeep Wrangler, it's better than ever. And you won't be able to find a better car buying experience or selection than at Sacramento Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram.
Capital Casino, conveniently located on 411th North 16th Street in downtown Sacramento.
Let's do it.
Leading off, the 3 top stories in the morning.
Huge news. This is very important.
Here's cut number 1.
2 seconds to go. Inbounds pass goes to Strace. That's going to do it. This ball game is over. And the Sacramento Kings, for the second time this year, have managed to defeat the Cleveland Cavaliers. 120-113 is the final score. And the Kings become only the 6th different team this season to win in this building against the Cavaliers.
Makes all the sense in the world. The Cavs are 62-16, and 2 of those losses to your Sacramento Kings. They are 33-6 at home. 1 of those losses to your Sacramento Kings. And, of course, the Kings have gone 3-1 versus Cleveland and Boston. Makes all the sense in the world. You know, Jason, like baseball, for example. Hitters will say all the time, it's not so much where the ump puts his strike zone. Just call the game consistently. Right. If you're gonna tighten up the pitcher, great. If you're gonna let something, you're gonna call the low strike, high strike, out to whatever. Just don't do the thing in the 3rd that you do in the 7th. Well, every time we think we know what's going on with this team, they do the other thing.
Right.
And then it's just enough to get you, these poor fans, man, all of us, okay, we lost to Washington. Yay, we beat Charlotte, whatever. Now let's go get shellacked in Cleveland. No, we're going to win in Cleveland. Why? Because. But then if you're going to win in Cleveland, why didn't you win in Washington? Why'd you get destroyed in Orlando? How'd you give up that lead in Indiana? I don't know. I prefer that they win all the games. Obviously, that would be much more fun. But also, it's one of those things where I know I'm going to come in here today, and there's a lot of people tuning in to be excited about the Kings win over the Cavs, and I'm going to end up being that guy because I can't lie about it. If you proposed a trade to me in the offseason, not that this is a sure thing, but again, it's just perspective. And he said the NBA proposes. The NBA trades to the Sacramento Kings a big win over Cleveland. In exchange, the Kings give their 2025 first-round pick to Atlanta. That's the world I put it in. Now, if they had lost to Cleveland, it's not a guarantee they'd keep the pick, right. But that win yesterday is not worth a first-round pick to me. But I understand that I'm kind of a wacko, and that's how I think of things.
Well, the team is strange. I mean, I think when you're asking how can this be done, I guess that's what teams around 500 do. They've beaten a bunch of teams they should. They've lost to a bunch of teams they shouldn't have, and then there's a few in there that, how did they do that? Like, sweeping Cleveland doesn't make a lot of sense to me.
No.
Yesterday was supposed to be Cleveland's celebration, clinching the 1 seed. They had barely beat the Spurs the other day. Kenny Atkins, it was like, we got to get after it today. And I mean, the Kings, it was impressive. It's also, it's honestly a bit frustrating, but still that's the way the season has been. It shows you a little bit of what they're capable of, but so did Washington, right?
Yeah.
And I never will put it on one guy, but I kind of am right now when I say it. Like, when Zach Lavine's engaged, they're a different team. Like, when he's shooting and scoring, and I think now it's 10-3 when he's 22 or more,
something like that.
So it's not just him, but for the most part, Sabonis and DeRozan are kind of consistent. If Lavine is in that neighborhood, they're a better team. Now, I don't know that that's going to mean much, over a week, but they're better.
The Sacramento Kings are 6-1. Versus 3 of the top 4 seeds in the NBA. They're 3-0 against Houston.
Yeah.
They are 2-0 against Cleveland. They are 1-1 with Boston. And, oh, by the way, the only loss they have to either Houston, Cleveland, or Boston came at home.
Mm-hmm.
They're undefeated on the road.
Yeah.
Makes sense. And the last thing I want, it's in the back of my head, I do not want ownership / front office thinking, we were right there. I mean, we beat Cleveland. Yeah. We swept Houston. A couple more things go our way. We probably should add a couple people. We're right there. That's the danger.
Yeah. And if you want to swing to the optimistic side, not that where it's maybe a little bit foolish in the overall thought, but we've been wanting them to play better for a while to at least if they were going to get into the play and have some momentum, feel good about it. It doesn't take a lot of games to feel better about the team. I don't know that anybody was overwhelmed with the win against Charlotte. It was like, all right, that's what you're supposed to do. Nice. Good job.
Yeah.
But when you do what you did yesterday, you do feel better about the team. Now that could be short-lived as tonight. Like if they go and lose by 15-20, it's like, all right, well, that's gone.
Right.
But my point being, if they, I don't know, won 3 of the final 4, so with those two, that'd be like 5 of 6. You're like, well, they are playing well going in.
Yeah.
That's all it would take.
They've got momentum.
To feel better. Again, now that means nothing when you tip off in the 9-10 game. But as far as feeling good and having the momentum, it doesn't take a lot.
No. And here we are. And let's say they do that. Then we're going to see all this weekend, or should I say beginning of next week, to be like, the Sacramento Kings are the one team people don't want to play.
Right. And if they somehow won the 2 play-ins, I mean, let's take these 2 games that they just won. If that was the play-in week. Mm-hmm. So you got through the Charlotte game, but then the second one's probably a game you don't think, oh my gosh, they just beat that team on the road.
Mm-hmm.
Well, here they are. And I mean, I think people would be excited, but again, OKC could squash that with pretty quick work. Who knows? But we shall see.
Well, also congratulations to the Stockton Kings.
How about that?
As they have advanced. They've done something the Sacramento Kings could never do. They have advanced past the Western Conference Finals, and they are now gunning for the G League championship.
Let's go.
If they win, do they get? See, what would be cool is if they won, they get promoted in the NBA next year. Then we have 2 Kings teams.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's how it should work.
Which Kings team would you root for?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
100%.
How about when they play each other?
It's got to be. It's got to be the 209. They need it.
I'd root for the Kings.
I would 100% be behind the Kings.
Yeah.
Hey, cut number 2.
2.
The pitch. Swinging a ground ball into right center field. Base hit. And here comes Matos around third. And the ball game is over. Pour out of the dugout. They're on the field jumping on the back of their teammate Wilmer Flores out between the pitcher's mound and second base. The Giants have swept the Mariners and have won 7 in a row. The Giants 5, the Mariners 4, and the Giants 9 games into the season have a record of 8-1.
Wow, how about that?
Impressive.
1-1 after a couple, and a lot of people were saying they're done. A lot of people out there were like, they're done.
Yeah.
Well, look at them now. That is a league-high 7-game winning streak.
Best record in baseball.
Best record in baseball. Yeah, looking at the standings. Look at that. There's the Giants, and then the Dodgers, who it says they're tied with, but Giants 71. What is that? Hundredths of a percentage point better than the Dodgers.
1 less win, 1 more.
Yeah, 1 more.
1 less
win, and 1 less loss. Yeah. Because they're still catching up with the Dodgers in that Japan trip. And then look at who's in the Rangers in 3rd. Look at who's in 4th, the Padres. My goodness gracious. The NL West top 3 teams have started out. What the heck is that? 25.
The Rangers are in the NL West.
In the what?
Didn't know the Rangers were in the NL West.
No, I'm talking about the Padres, Dodgers, and Giants, because the Padres are in 4th. They're 8-2. They have started out 25-5. Jeez. Well, start the parade, baby. Let's go.
Oh, that's an odd year.
It is an odd year. Sorry, whammy. Yeah. So look at that. Look at those Giants. We'll also obviously talk about your Athletics, who had a decent week.
Yeah.
Won
the series.
Yeah. Need to figure out how to win at home now, wherever that is.
Yeah.
Cut number 3.
Over to the left side and flag. 13 seconds. Flag to work against Roberts. Trying to back him down. Curls into the paint. Fadeaway jumper. Short. Rebound underneath. Malik Wilson of Houston gives it off.
Now to Cryer. Cryer is fouled. 3 seconds to play. Cryer is fouled. He'll march to the other end for 2 free throws.
I was driving. I was with some family in Manteca over the weekend. I was driving down there, and there was a point where Duke was inbounding the ball. I want to say they were up 4, and
They threw it away.
It was the one where Kelvin Sampson challenged to see whose hand it went off of, and it clearly went off of Houston, right? I had it on in my car. That's over. Went inside. About 20 minutes later, went to go check the brackets.
Yeah.
Wait, what? What? What happened? Wait, what? No. What? No. Immediately, I just got in there. I'm talking to everybody. Where are you going? I need 5 minutes.
Yes.
Call back up, YouTube TV, rewind. Are you flipping kidding me?
Yeah, it was a weird, in a sense, I had it on in a similar way on TV at home in the house, and then I was watching it, and then kind of was like, well, this is over, but still had it on.
Yeah.
And then I don't even know what I was doing, but I was kind of in and out of it, and wait a minute.
Wait.
There's still a chance here. And then when you realize, wait, what is something? This is weird. And then I find maybe the last 20 seconds was really engaged. Wait, what? It was just, they kind of just chipped away just enough. And then the end, actually, I thought Duke was going to win on the final shot. I really did.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
Good for Houston. That was great. Incredible.
Can Cooper Flag be the number 1 pick when you're missing?
It was funny because he was actually really good.
He was.
And then he doesn't make that shot. But
choker. Yeah. How does that?
I'll take him.
How does that affect LeBron James's legacy?
Good point.
We'll talk about that at 8:00. We'll take a break right now. Title game tonight. I'm very excited for this. When we come back, hey, the Kings beat the Cavaliers. Huge road win. Certainly top 3 of the season. We've got audio for you next.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sacktown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sacktown Sports app.
I love this time of year when the azaleas begin to bloom and the singing birds' sweet dawn chorus remind us that blue skies and sunshine are at hand. Hi, this is Frank LaRosa with a word about Naturewood Home Furnishings. In sports, the definition for the word master is one who's achieved a high degree of skill, and that will be on display in the highly anticipated golf tournament. In the furniture business, a master is a highly skilled craftsman, an artist even, whose work is coveted by those who appreciate design, quality, and durability. John Keyes was the mastermind of Naturewood Home Furnishings. He knew that you wanted your home to reflect your personal style, whether that was a plain coffee table or a masterpiece for you to enjoy forever. That's why when you walk into Naturewood Home Furnishings, you'll find the largest and best selection of the highest quality home furnishings in Northern California. Masterful. Naturewood Home Furnishings, off Highway 50 at Hazel. Look for the water wheel.
Seems everything costs more these days. Gas, groceries, and when's the last time you checked your wireless bill? When it comes to big wireless, if you're staying, you may be overpaying. Switch to Consumer Cellular to get the same fast nationwide coverage without the big wireless bill. Plans start at just $20 a month, and now for a limited time, new customers can get their second month free. Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit a store near you, or consumercellular.com and start saving today. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. Taxes, fees, and other third-party charges will apply. See website for additional details.
Progressive knows when you're on your boat, you're already on vacation. And Vacation You forgets all your worries. Vacation You doesn't even keep track of time and knows that time is a meaningless construct designed to control us, man. But Regular You knows you don't want to be too far out in the water after the sun goes down because Vacation You doesn't know how to navigate in the dark yet. Vacation You and Regular You really need to get on the same page. So bundle your boat with your home or auto policy and earn an automatic discount from Progressive. And spend the savings on the both of you. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Workdays can be unpredictable, but your workwear shouldn't be. With the Cintas Apparel Plus program, you'll have freshly laundered garments for everyone on your team delivered every week. Cintas has workwear for just about any job imaginable, with high-performance fabrics and an uncompromising fit that stretches and moves with you. Don't leave looking and feeling good to chance. Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
You ever try fixing your car and realize you're missing that one part? Yeah, been there. That's why eBay's my go-to. They've got millions of parts, guaranteed to fit. I'm talking brake pads for when yours have seen one too many miles of stop and go. Oil filters, because you don't mess around with your engine care. Even got this cold air intake on my watch list. I might just go for it. To keep the ride cool and your DIY streak hot. Find all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. eBay. Things, people, love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Everyone has a past, but what happens if you've made mistakes and made good on that past, but it keeps following you? Are you looking for an attorney to erase past records and restore your rights? Maybe even restore your gun rights? Do you need a reputable criminal defense attorney who knows even good people make bad mistakes? Well, the attorneys at Gonzalez Law Office are here to help. Find Gonzalez Law Office online at saclegaldefense.com or call them at 916-304-9187. We don't settle for less, and neither should you.
Spring is here, and that means gigantic savings for all your oil change needs at Jiffy Lube today. Get a $25 gift card with the purchase of any Pennzoil Platinum full synthetic oil change through May 31st at your local Jiffy Lube service center in the greater Sacramento areas. And don't forget about the additional $30 off online coupon at jiffylube.com. Terms apply. Valid email address required. See pennzoil.com/rewards for details. Jiffy Lube, a huge spring savings for you today.
I'm Ken Korak with your Green and Gold Report, brought to you by Comcast Business, powering possibilities. Well, for the A's to have any chance of contending this year, it will start with starting pitching. And besides the tough outing by Joey Estes in the home opener, and looking back at the Seattle series and led by offseason acquisitions Luis Severino and Jeffrey Springs, the A's starters went 23 2/3 innings. They allowed just 14 hits and 3 earned runs. Comcast Business is powering the engine of modern business with reliable connectivity, enhanced cybersecurity, advanced fiber solution, and Wi-Fi backup. Comcast Business helps turn today's small businesses into engines of modern business. For details on special offers, including free professional installation and up to a $500 Visa prepaid card on qualifying internet bundles, log on to business.comcast.com. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
All guests come to you from the Folsom Lake Honda hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
On Sacktown Sports.
Yeah, speaking of me being out of town, got a call from Jason Ross on Saturday. Hey, what are you doing, Dave? You want to go play some golf?
Yeah, kind of on a whim.
Which I would have happily
Gone.
gone.
Up the hill.
I was out of here. And so
Interesting. I didn't get a call.
Would you have played?
Do you play?
No.
Oh.
Still want the call.
Hey, Chris, we're going golfing. You want to go? No. Okay.
No.
What are you, stupid? Why would I want to go?
I don't want to go. Then use that land for better things. So you teamed up with old Scotty the Body Marsh.
Yeah,
hit up my home course.
Yeah, Ansel Hoffman.
Ansel
I was trying to get what I was thinking of doing because it was on a whim. I go, it's too great. It's what a day. I was going to go hit balls. I go, no, you know what? I'd rather go play. I haven't played in 2025, and so I thought, it'd be fun because I played in this thing I remember telling you about with the Kings and Warriors, like TV producer, production crew. I said that'd be fun to get 4 people and play 6 holes of best ball, like you team up with 2-on-2, 6 holes of alternate shot, and then the last 6 would be head to head. I go, that'd be kind of fun to have 4. That'd just be, we're not really keeping score, but you're kind of keeping score. I go, that'd be fun. And just the way things worked out because it was so last minute, was only able to get 2. And we were maybe going to get 3rd. I'm like, well, I'd rather it be 2 or 4.
Sure.
So it's just the 2 of us, Scott and I.
And then you have the risk. Oh, Scott, you and.
It was just Scott.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then you have the risk, of course, of like being teamed up with 2
randos.
randos.
And so when it was open, but then they said, in the afternoon, a lot of people just walk on and walk up. And we were probably about 15 minutes before our time. And I looked out there and Scott was there and I was already there. And I said, hey, look, it's open. Can I go? He goes, you know what? Hop out there right now. That way you won't get with anybody.
Oh, that's great.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So we just jumped out there.
On the first tee, Ross and Marsh.
Yeah. So then I said, well, let's make this, let's just do a scramble. because that'd be fun. And then I said, and then I went, all right, let's get a target score. There's just 2 of us. Can we get to 4 under, which I thought was reachable, 2 under on each side. Like,
and can I say that's such a passion of mine. More just again, such a great way to play.
Yeah.
Such a great, fun way to play.
So it was fun. It was great. And the very first hole, we both had good tee shots. And we also said, look, we get 2 each if we want. But a lot of times, if you hit a good tee shot, it's like,
yeah, we'll take
I'm not going to hit a second one.
Okay, so you were playing with the second shot alternate, basically. You could,
we could, because we wanted 4 putts, basically.
Right,
That's what it was.
right.
And every once in a while, you hit a bat. It was like, hey, we want to hit a couple shots. So the very first tee shot, I think it was his. Yeah, it was his. And we were, I don't know, 120 out or so.
Sure.
And I hit mine. It was looking good. And
Yeah.
Scott's like, that went in. That went in. I'm like, I couldn't tell. It didn't look like it went into me, honestly.
Yeah.
And he like high-fived me like a little aggressively, like that went in. I'm like,
the game of golf.
And I was like, I wasn't sure. I thought it rolled behind the hole.
Yeah.
And we went up there and
no.
I go, well, we're already 2 under.
No.
On the first hole.
No.
So in my life,
in your life,
I think I've probably hit 5 or less shots in from off the green, and a lot of those are on the fringe.
Chips.
Like,
yeah.
So I hit that one, and then later, and then we eagled, we birdied. We were like 4 under through 3, and then it got really backlogged. So we passed like 2 holes and gave ourselves pars.
Sure.
Anyway, we got near the end, and we were like, okay, can we get to 10 under? We had 4 holes to go.
Yeah.
So it was like, this is a bit greedy. We're at 6
Wow.
under. Got to 7. We're on the 3rd to last hole, I guess. And we were off the green in 2. So like it was a par 4. Like,
Yeah.
I chipped in again.
Come on.
What is happening?
Come on.
So now we're at 8 under. We parred the par 3, so we got an eagle.
Yeah.
10.
Yeah.
Spoiler, we did not. We birdied.
Sure.
We ended up
9 under
with 2 people. Skipped 4 holes that we gave ourselves pars.
Sure.
So 2 on the front.
But
2 on the
that's
back.
also that you said
We could have been better.
Yeah. How many holes did you skip? You said
4 total. So
you're playing those 4 1 under.
Probably. But
wow.
It was fun. And in the end, it was just great. I mean, we had a good time, and
9 under.
It was more fun to play that way.
Yes, you're rooting for each other.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm sure one of you
each other's putt.
Yeah, and I'll bet one of you at least once shanked something.
Oh yeah, of course.
But and so if you're playing on your own, it's like could ruin it. Well, not for you, but ruin half your day.
Yeah, and the good thing about that is I don't think we ever went like 0 for 4. Like
right.
Maybe he shanked, I shanked.
Yeah, right.
And then like
the one of you has a great shot.
I'm like, okay, or it's better. It's like that one we can live with. And then so it's just fun to play.
So you think around 120-ish out on that hole out? You said.
I mean, it'll be longer in the future, but 150.
It'll be 185 in a year.
No, it was. Wow, it was a wedge or a 9. I can't remember what it was.
You ever think about the fact that on most courses there's a par 3 right around that?
Yeah, that's what, because I mean it would be equivalent to, which I never have had a hole in one, but
hole in 2.
Yeah,
you got a hole in 2.
Yeah,
that's great. I really wish I was
another
there.
bummer of like, wait, you saw your hole in one go in? Or you did not?
I saw it land on the green and not bounce, and there were people off the green that screamed as my playing partner bear hugged me. So yes, but like no.
Yeah, I didn't think it did. Like I couldn't quite tell. And actually, now I think about it, there was another one for probably about as far out that I hit that were like, oh my gosh, that looks really good, and it did like a sharp turn off the lip.
Okay. Oh my God.
It was and it was my first time playing this year. And I went, sometimes the first time, I bet if I played today, I'd be a mess. But it was fun. You had a good time.
Oh, that's awesome. That's so cool.
And Ansel's great.
Ansel,
there's a lot of great courses around here.
Ansel's amazing. Play Ansel.
Stay out of the trees.
Yeah, a lot of
Which
trees.
Which in Scramble, you do.
Off the chat line. Well done, Jay. A lot of well done, Jasons, off the text line. And then somebody said,
I could have made that all up too, by the way.
You could have, but then I can verify that with little Scotty the body later. Here's somebody. Anybody else remember when Dave thought golf was lame? I've never thought. The only time I've ever been mad is when I'm mad at golf. What? When I'm mad at golf, not like
then you want to quit.
Yeah, but not like I've never hated golf in the sense of it's lame. Why does anybody? It's
when you first started golfing. Before then, you would bash golf a little bit.
But was I bashing it because I wasn't good at it?
You weren't even playing.
Really?
This is like the night show.
And I bash playing.
It was just like, oh, what's so like? I don't get golf. That's something I just don't get.
I don't know what that was.
Different times.
Then you started getting lessons and stuff like that. You're like, okay, this is something that I'm getting into.
Yeah, I've had a very much a love-hate relationship with golf. I was a little linker, hanging out with my dad. I've had a love-hate relationship, man. Most people have. But I see people that play that, bless you. Yeah, I just want to be one of those guys that, like, never shoots above 100, never shoots below 80. I can take that.
That's kind of where I am.
Yeah.
Bad days, I'm in the 90s. Most days, I'm in the 80-ish range.
I've never hit over 100.
There you go.
That is true.
Just don't count them all, and you'll always be there.
Here we go, by the way.
DeRozan to Lavine. Lavine against Strus on the left angle. Puts it on the floor. Steps back. Launches for three. He's got another one. 35 points for Zach Lavine. He's just made his 7th three-pointer of the night.
And there's your Kings highlights.
That's all we needed.
Did you say we have to break? Are we breaking early? Am I just off here? Sorry, I thought we were out at 42. Or is this the thing where you tell me to break, but I actually have another minute, but you're telling me so that, okay.
Which one was it?
He's telling me early to wind.
It's the wind down.
What Chris is doing with me is what I do with my mother when we're on the phone. When I know I need to get off the phone, I realize there's about a 4-minute out that starts with, all right, Mom, I love you. I'll talk to you later. Now, I know that's not
the end.
She's power through the first
she heard
couple.
It,
heard it. She just doesn't care. And then, do I need to resort to the, oh, my God, that's my boss on the other line. Can I call you back? Rarely do I do that. So we'll take a break, which I think we're on time now. Well done. Well, thanks for the invite. Legitimately.
Yeah.
And hopefully
next time, Chris, you're going.
Yeah, Chris. I'm sure Chris would be fun in the cart just heckling.
Yeah.
With an air horn.
Nice shot.
Right. What are the toes we could fit?
You guys are supposed to be good.
When we come back, let's get into baseball. The Giants specifically, plus big power hitter gets paid, and another big power hitter is on pace for some pretty good numbers. Safer Out is next.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sacktown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sacktown Sports app.
It's Carmichael Dave talking to you about my good friends at American Energy. You're in the Sacramento area. You know how the seasons work. They are a-changing right now. So American Energy wants to help you stay warm for the rest of the cold season, but help you stay cool during the warm season. Best way to do that, make sure your system is operating safely. So right now is the time to take advantage of half off a tune-up, $24.50. They cut that right in half, and if you want a diagnostic, guess what? You can't beat free. If it's free, it's me, and now it can be you. And also, it's the end of the season blowout. $4,000 off a new system plus any rebates. That $4,000, that's a direct drop from the sticker price. It's a great deal. Check them out at theaeway.com or an instant quote, or give them a call at 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990. Tell them your good buddy Carmichael Dave sent you.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
It's the final days of the spring sales event. Drive home your new Honda before the deals and the new Hondas disappear. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
Looking to own or lease? During the spring sales event, drive a brand new Accord or Civic. Visit us today at folsomlakehonda.com, your one-stop Honda shop.
As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our number one priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too.
Folsom Lake Honda, yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
Check engine or ABS light on? Take the guesswork out of your warning lights with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Go from daydreamer to industry leader with Amazon Business. From office supplies to IT essentials, Amazon Business provides tools that help you save costs and make insight-based decisions. Learn how to bring your visions to life at AmazonBusiness.com.
Harbor Freight knows time is money. So for our Spring Black Friday sale, we're getting straight to the deals. This weekend, you get 35% off jack stands, 56-inch roll cabs under $800, and 2,300 PSI electric pressure washers under $190. See? Straight to the point. So you can get straight to the savings. Whatever you do, do it for less at Harbor Freight. Valid until April 13th, 2025 while supplies last. Limitations apply.
Have you ever dreamed of shopping for the perfect jewelry from home? Well, now it's possible, and you can even build your credit. PrestigiOJewelers.com now offers online shopping, making us the premium credit jeweler nationwide. With an exceptional selection of fine jewelry from engagement rings and gold chains to sparkling diamond earrings and much more. With over 30 years of experience, Prestigio guarantees you'll find exactly what you're looking for. It's fast and easy. Once approved, you'll receive a guaranteed credit line from $400 to $10,000. All you need is to be 18 years or older, have a valid form of ID, be employed for a minimum of 6 months, and a bank account for automatic payments. PrestigioJewelers.com is the perfect way to establish or reestablish your credit with interest rates at only 2.25% per month. We are here to help you with monthly reporting to all major credit bureaus. The perfect jewelry, the perfect price, helping you build perfect credit. Visit us online at PrestigioJewelers.com or at one of our locations in Sacramento, Stockton, Merced, and Fresno. Enter code SACTOWNSPORTS at checkout to save 10%.
Are you ready to unlock your business's potential? Hey, I'm Alan Stiles, and you can do that with Roxas Technology Solutions. Their mission is to empower growth through cutting-edge, reliable, and scalable technology. They tailor solutions to enhance efficiency and foster innovation, ensuring your business thrives in the digital age. Located in Sacramento, their dedicated team is ready to partner with you for your long-term success. Transform your business now. Go to roxtech.com. That's WROXTECH.com. Rox Tech. Tomorrow's technology at your fingertips today.
Safe or out? It's time to go around baseball. 3 pitches, 3 swings. It's safe or out on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Chris, you ready for safer out?
Let's say yes.
Okay. Well, I am too. And I think Dave is too.
Is Dave ready?
He is ready.
Should I start?
We shall start in now. Yeah, let's start.
The Giants sweep their second straight series, have won 7 in a row, and own baseball's best record. You buying the Giants?
I think the vibes are different. I think Buster Posey has come in, and just that alone, when you trade the most perhaps vibeless front office guy in history, like negative vibes, to a guy like Buster Posey, who just a lot of times it's just addition by subtraction. Look, they're playing really, really well right now. There's nothing that jumps off the page. They're just playing very good situational baseball and coming up with the right hits at the right time. Look, it's 9 games out of 162 game season, but let me take a look, Jason. I was curious about this, and then I got distracted this morning. Let's go back to 2024. I'm just honestly curious. Nope, I don't need a QuickBooks ad. Thank you. First half last year, it was April 18th before the Giants got their 9th win. They were 9-11, which even then not that bad. So for them to be doing what they're doing right now, they've got till if they win today, they've got 10 days. They're 10 days ahead of schedule. Yeah. So Giants fans are having fun right now.
Yeah, I don't know. I remember last year talking about the Giants. It was like, man, everything about them is a 500 team. It's just the way they look, the way they played. And you get off to a good start, confidence can kind of take you somewhere. So we'll see. It's still early. They have a killer division. I obviously haven't played the Padres or Dodgers yet, but look, you get a walk-off like that. They just had a bad 9th inning. They gave up 2 runs to think, oh, man, did they just blow this opportunity? But then they get the walk-off. So good times in San Francisco. They took care of the Reds, took care of the Mariners.
Mm-hmm.
I think they get the Reds again. So
yeah, and a nice. What was it? Friday or Saturday? Had a nice extra inning win over the Mariners. Mariners scored, and the Giants came back and scored more, which is always a great way to win. Yeah, hey, look, have fun, enjoy it. Let's not pop champagne bottles yet. It's a long season, but all you can. You couldn't ask for a better start than what they got right now.
It's awesome.
Number 2, please.
Aaron Judge is on pace for over 100 home runs and over 300 RBIs this season. Will he end up with over half of both totals?
Over half of both. So that would be 50 or more home runs, 150 or more RBI. I'm guessing you're going to say he's going to split it.
That would be my guess.
I think
I'm
so,
guessing.
too.
He's done the home runs. I think he can do the home runs.
Yeah.
150 is a lot.
150 RBI is a lot. But he's
heating up.
He is no. If he's heating up, then he's going to do it, because then when he gets on fire, holy goodness gracious me. All without a torpedo bat, Jason Ross.
Funny how we're not talking about those that much anymore.
All without, yeah, that's over. We're over it now.
Yesterday's news.
Yeah, that was yesterday's news. Yankees 6-3, and Aaron Judge just continues to hammer. He just continues. One of the most prolific power hitters of all time.
Smash.
He does. He absolutely is a masheroo. And
sounds like you're saying he's better than Shohei.
No, he might be a better power hitter than Shohei. I'll give you that.
Okay, power hitter.
Hey, even a better. I would even say he might even be a better hitter than Shohei.
Better average.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he also, he's a bit of a better pitcher too.
Oh, Shohei pitching?
No.
Oh.
Right now,
Oh.
Aaron Judge, slightly better player today.
Are you saying he's going over those numbers or no?
I agree with you. He's going to split them. I think he'll go over 50 home runs. 150 RBI is a lot. What is the all-time RBI?
I'm going to guess. I think I know it.
Okay.
Hack Wilson. Is
What
it
a hack.
182 or 192?
You know what, Jason? I'm just going to give it to you. It's Hack Wilson at 191, followed by Lou Gehrig at 185, Hank Greenberg 184, Jimmy Fox, also a really funny guy.
Who's the highest, most recent?
Most recent, you got to go through 9. Babe Ruth 168, DiMaggio, Gehrig. In the modern day era, the highest RBI total is 165. It was done in 1999.
Rafael Palmeiro.
Rafael Palmeiro is a really good guess. It's wrong.
Ryan Howard.
Also a really good guess. Like, you guys are on the right track.
Jim Thome.
Jim Thome, another former teammate of Jim Thome's.
Oh, Albert Bell.
Albert Bell, another excellent guess.
Manny Ramirez.
165. Wow. That is the tied for the 14th highest RBI total ever. That was 99. In 2001 with 160, Samuel Sosa. He also did it in 1998 with 158 as well. Alex Rodriguez, 156 back in 2007. Wow. So it's been a while, as Stained would say in their hit. Number 3.
Vladdy Guerrero pocketed a 14-year, $500 million deal. Is it worth it?
Yeah, I think so. It's $35 million a year. Now, look, that's an
What a bargain.
insane amount of money. I know, right? But that's these huge, massive contracts, right? Like, on one hand, holy crap, it's 14 years. It's $500 million. On the other hand, this is a guy that, if healthy, and that's always, he seems to be fairly healthy. Had 1 year where he played 60. The rest of the time, shut up, Siri. But you're looking at a guy 48, 32, 30, 26, usually around 100 RBI. He's still relatively young. He's going into his his 26th year. As we all know, batters tend to peak at 27.
So in 38, 39, that'll be worth that. And you're 13 and 14.
Nope, it will not. But I think between now and probably his 32, 33 years old, so they got a good 6 years, it'll be a good value deal. Yeah. And then towards the end, it'll be more traded. Kevin Brown. Yeah. We'll take a break. When we come back, standings watch. We head into the final week. Kings currently in 9th. Where will they end up? We'll let you know the opponents and who surrounds them, including tonight in Detroit. We'll do that next.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sacktown Sports and the Sacktown Sports app.
This season, it's not just madness on the hardwood, but outdoors in the yard, too. No matter what the challenge, Ego Outdoor Power Equipment delivers incredible power and performance, from yard work essentials like mowers, blowers, chainsaws, and trimmers, to innovations such as portable power stations and cordless pressure washers. You can use the same battery to power over 90 tools. That's why Ego has over 200,000 five-star reviews and counting. Check out the winning lineup at egopowerplus.com.
Well, spring is here, and now is the perfect time to spruce up your home between spring cleaning and just maybe evaluating your home to see what areas you can make some improvements. Well, we've done that. We're so happy we did with the great people at the Overhead Door Company of Sacramento. Brand new garage doors for our home, and between curb appeal and return on investment and just our own overall happiness with the product, I couldn't recommend it any more. They are fantastic people, great company, been doing this for 70 plus years in our area. And, garage doors, you don't always think about that as one of the first things you need to do to your home. But when you do it, obviously the first thing that people see is your garage door when they drive up and that curb appeal. So we improve that, that's for sure, with just the updated look. We have new doors that look great, windows at the top. They roll up smooth and quiet. Look, we had doors that we had to lift manually. It was fine, but look, we're in the current age now where we can open it through the keypad on the side, through the remote, and obviously on the app. So lots of different areas there, but the return of investment, it's one of the areas that you can improve the overall home value the most, and it's one of the most cost-effective upgrades, like I said, to increase that home value. So get to know more about the Overhead Door Company of Sacramento. You can go see their showroom and see for yourself all the different selections you have at 6756 Franklin Boulevard. When you're there, ask about the Sacktown Sports Special. And remember, the Overhead Door Company of Sacramento, it's the genuine, the original overhead door. Always look for the red ribbon logo.
What's going on, world? It's your boy Kevin Hart with some exciting news. I am coming to a city near you. My new tour is called Acting My Age, and I want to see you there. Come out, have a good night, a good time. It's all new material in a much, much more intimate setting. Go get your tickets and head to KevinHartNation.com now.
Comedy superstar Kevin Hart brings his new tour, Acting My Age, to the venue at Thunder Valley on Saturday, April 26th. Tickets on sale now at ThunderValleyResort.com and KevinHartNation.com.
Spring is in the air, and there's really nothing better than hitting the open road in a new Honda. Whether you're shopping for new or pre-owned, Stockton Honda has the selection and savings. Plus, get top dollar for your trade. And while life's roads are often filled with bumps, buying from Stockton Honda couldn't be smoother. Wherever the road you travel might lead, Stockton Honda is happy to get you there. Come in today or go to StocktonHonda.com.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
You know the old early bird and worm thing? Well, here's an early bird special and Bonnie's lowest price of the year. Imagine an entire new HVAC system replacement, both heating and cooling, for as low as, ready, $11,789. Take advantage of that, $11,789. Hurry though, this is a limited offer and ends April 15th. The sooner you act, the sooner you save. Plumbing, electrical, heating, and air, Bonnie.com. Some restrictions apply. License 696355.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, the ultimate lunch lineup boasts wall-to-wall sports and scenic views. When you're hungry and in a hurry, the Scratch Kitchen delivers lunch in the clutch. I mean, where else can you order a 29-degree draft beer and a quickie combo on your lunch break? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Twin Peaks Scratch Kitchen scores every time. Dig into hand-smashed burgers, chef-inspired flatbreads, and more at your local lodge.
Lowe's knows that your deadlines don't change, even when your job does. But with Lowe's Buy Online, Pick Up in Store, we'll help you adjust on the fly. And when you absolutely can't leave the project, we can deliver to your job site as soon as same day. Lowe's knows pros. We help, you save. Valid on eligible in-stock orders and select zip codes placed by 2 p.m. for same-day delivery by 8 p.m. Subject to driver availability. Fees vary based on purchase. More terms apply. See Lowe's.com/same-day delivery for details.
Progressive knows if you have to choose between everyday life and your RV wins.
What, are you going to take the RV to the mountains or go pick up your dry cleaning? RV wins! Are we cleaning the gutters or taking the RV camping? RV wins! Are we getting a new passport or cruising up the coast? RV wins!
Don't forget, you got that trip to Sweden coming up.
Oh, yeah, passport, then RV. Yeah!
With Progressive, you can bundle your RV with your home or auto and save with a discount and spend more time enjoying those savings in your RV. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states and situations.
And now a brief history of the garage door. Garage doors could date back to 450 BC when chariots were stored in gatehouses. Here in the States, they became a thing around the start of the 20th century. You could find a float-over door in a catalog way back in 1906. National Garage Door has been around since 1974. They're family-owned and operated, so you can trust them to solve any garage door issues you may have. Squeaky door, malfunctioning door, or a need for a new door, which is what prompted us to give them a call, 916-638-4554. At National Garage Door Service is their number one priority. I've witnessed that commitment in my own home, certainly in our garage. National Garage Door sells quality Rainer branded garage doors. They are the nation's BSE broken spring experts. So if you have a garage door that looks and sounds like it dates back to 450 BC, National Garage Door can help, whether it's a garage door tune-up, repair, or replacement you need. They'll take care of you at National Garage Door. 916-638-4554. That's 916-638-4554. National Garage Door.
Capital Casino, conveniently located on 411th North 16th Street in downtown Sacramento.
Sacramento Kings basketball.
Through the hoop. Two-hand thrown out by Keegan Murray.
The run to the playoffs.
Over-the-shoulder pass is a super room service setup with a modest Sabonis.
On Sacktown Sports 1140. The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sacktown Sports.
Already said hello to the chatters. You can chat with us on YouTube. Just search Sacktown Sports. Also, the text line at 916-339-1140 from the 209. Dave, you were in Manteca? You could have stopped by and met my cat, Tim in Manteca.
Oh.
Damn it. I really do want to meet Tim's cat.
Do you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was showing you a picture during the break of it's a picture that popped up of they probably can't see it on YouTube, but it is my children when they were I want to say 5 and 4. No, he was not. They're dressed in Kings gear and
Jason Thompson jerseys.
Mason is losing his mind crying, like tantrum crying. And Avery's got this look on her face like, I don't know what to do. He's freaking out. And I just
Calm him down.
And I will never forget this. We got home after a Kings game. The Kings had lost.
Oh.
Yeah. And Mason just, like, it was one of those times where I felt terrible, but also I was kind of proud of him. Because he was, like, inconsolable. He did not understand how they lost. It was a close game. I forget who it was against. Probably Denver. And he was inconsolable all the way home, and then get him on the couch, and I'm having the talk with them about, hey, you can't get too high with the high, lows with the lows. This isn't the movies, sometimes losses are going to happen, and it makes the wins that much better. And he was like, no, Daddy, they needed to win. And then just like a scream. He was.
Yeah. Is that why he's so chill now?
He wasn't really a spaz baby for sure. He wasn't crazy emotional, but his biggest outbursts. I've probably shown you the video at some point. It comes up once a year. It's one of my favorites. Is when it's the final move when I beat him at Candyland, and when he realized I'd beaten him at Candyland, and that was the last game before bed. Just lost his mind. He was most upset in situations involving competition. And he's still, even though he's basically an 80-year-old man with the way he is, he's still incredibly competitive. He just
like you with video games.
Yes,
golf.
Yes. Just where if I'm playing golf and all of a sudden I can't shoot, it's a downward spiral, and I start thinking about just life in general and how terrible it is.
I'm gonna lose my freaking mind.
Yep. If I am definitely a rage I wouldn't say a rage quitter, but definitely like, yes, I get frustrated.
Well, Chris and I have many pictures of you just like that in here after Kings games. So
the funny thing is that was like the look out, that I was just so torn apart yesterday because it's like, what are you doing? Like, obviously in the moments, let's just be clear. I don't ever root for I may want the team to lose from 50,000 feet. Like I have never watched a game in my life where I'm like, all right, let's go Cavs. Like, come on, beat those Kings. Like I'm physically unable to do that. So in the moment, I'm into the game, and I'm happy they're winning, and then they win, and I'm fist pump, let's go. But then reality sets in, and then it's just like I got the devil and the angel on my shoulders. Like the angel's like, oh my God, what a win! This is so great. We're going to be on Sports Center. And, oh, it's so awesome. We swept the Cavs, and they can beat anybody at any time. And then the devil's on my shoulders, like, oh, stupid. You think this team's going to do it? They're just setting you up to fail.
Can you admit to hearing
voices? Yes, right.
Can you flip their voices? Just for example.
Okay, so when you realize they've beaten the Cavs and they've beaten the Celtics and they've swept the Rockets, this is a team that really could do something in the playoffs. Yeah, stupid idiot. You're like that stupid Charlie Brown with the football. You're just going to land on your ass again. You're a failure.
Can't control emotion.
Chris, how long is the list now?
That was number 827.
Okay. When are we turning it in?
Once the event happens.
The sad thing is, I don't know how else to put this. I'm not trying to get dark, but if something unfortunate were to ever befall me and you guys were getting like interviewed, like, what was it like working with Dave? You guys are going to have to lie so hard.
Oh, I got to tell you.
Because you can't.
It wasn't that bad.
You can't speak ill of
I was like, this is coming.
He's in a better place now, regardless.
Chris comes in.
I'm not surprised at all.
Yeah, he was always the nicest guy. No one expected it. No. With Dave, it's par for the course. So surprised it took so long. Well, here we are. And I checked. I have the on my watch, it has heart rate, which I probably shouldn't have on there. My sitting heart rate at in the fourth quarter at one point, I just looked down. I think it was after Lavine's like 6'3" or something like that. Now, my resting heart rate's, 60, 70, whatever the hell it is. It was at 146.
What?
Right. Like, what am I doing? To the point where I'm like, ugh, is that not, I don't think, they always say, give your heart a good beating, but I don't think that's what they meant.
It's your version of exercise.
Well, here we are in the standings, Jason Ross, and the Sacramento
in the
Kings.
9th spot.
The Sacramento Kings are in the 9th spot. I will say this: they have effectively clinched the play.
Yeah, Magic number's 2, like officially. So any combination of 2 Kings wins, 2 Suns losses, 1 of each. I mean, basically, the Suns have to win out and the Kings have to lose out.
That's right. And the Suns, just in case you're wondering, the Suns play tomorrow against a very angry Golden State team. By the way, huge Rockets fan last night.
Yeah.
Did you see that Draymond stuff going on?
I did.
That's just where I just hate the guy.
Yeah.
That's just why you know what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
You knew what you were doing with that elbow.
Mm-hmm.
And by the way,
what? I just went up.
Right.
Yeah,
just at least own it, dude.
Yeah.
Like some players will raise their hand when they do the foul. Like just own it, bro. You elbowed him right in the mouth. You knew you were doing that. And then on top of that, what made me even angrier is he gets teed up, 5 claps right in the ref's face.
Yeah.
Anyone else in the league is gone.
Yeah.
DeMarcus Cousins will currently be in maximum security prison for that. And Draymond said, well, let's let Draymond be Draymond. Just toss his ass. Yeah. Anyways, they, by the way, Phoenix, they got to win out, you say.
Yeah.
But can I tell you something? And I'm not trying to be pessimistic. Not off the table. Because the schedule for the Suns.
Super easy.
Almost, I mean, it's almost a cakewalk. So they got Golden State at home.
Yeah, finally home.
Then at home, Oklahoma City.
On a back-to-back.
Who just, that's right, they get Golden State and Oklahoma City on a back-to-back. Golden State just got torched by Houston. Oklahoma City got bat-flapped at home by the Lakers.
Yeah.
By the way, if Do you think this sounds right? Yesterday was the first day both Cleveland and Oklahoma City lost on the same day this season.
It might be.
If you had to guess,
true,
I don't either.
Yeah.
Certainly the first day they've lost at home on the same day, I would think. So Golden State, OKC, then they have San Antonio, then they travel to Sacramento for what I believe will be a meaningless game at the end of the season. So there's that. I think they've effectively clinched. Now it's just a matter of, all right, are you they're not how time flies, dude. They're not moving up to 8.
Nope.
They're 8 games behind the Grizzlies.
Yeah, did you see that logjam? All those teams with 32 losses?
Dude, you've got
that in the final week.
You have 1 week left. Most of these guys have 3 games left. And you have 5 teams with 32 losses.
Yeah, I think Denver has 1 more game played, and everyone else the same record.
That's absolutely right. And we play both, and 2 of those teams, the Nuggets and the Clippers, play at Sacramento this week.
So they'll need to win or want to win.
I think it's just simply a matter of Kings. Are they hosting or are they on the road? When we take a look at what the Mavericks have. The Mavericks have lost 3 of 4, the 1 win being Atlanta. They lost both. They lost to Brooklyn. Then they lost both in LA to the Clippers. They now sit until Wednesday. They host the Lakers.
Luka.
The return of Luka Doncic. That's going to be must-see TV. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to give them a win at home against Toronto.
Okay.
But and then they finish at Memphis in a game that very likely will mean something. I'm just gonna, for the funsies of it, say they're gonna go 1-2.
So the Kings need 1 win.
So the Kings need 1 win. 1-2 would put the Mavericks' final record at 39-43. And the Kings own the tiebreaker?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
They swept them.
That's right.
Just
so
need a time.
When I said, do the Kings own the tiebreaker, that was a test.
Yeah.
So the Kings need 1 win between at Detroit, home Denver, home LA, home Phoenix. It may end up, well, again, what am I doing predicting? But let me put it a different way. It will almost certainly be the Phoenix game as the only game left in the season the Kings are favored. I'm fairly again, unless something develops and Denver and the Clippers or whomever sits everybody. The way it stands right now, the Kings will be they'll be dogs tonight. They should be dogs at home to Denver, or they will be dogs at home to Denver. Clippers might be fairly close, but I still think Clippers will be 1.5, 2.5. And then I do think they'll be favored against Phoenix. As we go to break, gentlemen, the Kings do, of course, go into Detroit tonight. That's on NBA TV. Again, another early start, 4 p.m. This is road back-to-back. Who is favored? And by how much? Jason Ross. Last road game of the year. Sacramento Kings.
Detroit, 3.5.
I was going to say 3.5, so I'll go 4.5 Detroit.
Were you thinking of going 2.5 at any point?
No.
No, it was either 3.5 or 4.5?
Yes.
Well, that's a good decision. The Detroit Pistons are favored by 6.5.
Ooh.
Tonight versus the Sacramento Kings. We'll take a very quick break, 1.5 minutes. When we come back, the Reaver Madness, Kings, hope, and happiness. After that, we'll get into more of the highlights from the Kings and Cavs. We got a supersized Kings Rewind coming up. Jiffy Lube Drive of the Game, Frankie Cardicelli, hopefully not in a vehicle in his garage, and so much more. We're right back in 1 minute after this.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sacktown Sports and the Sacktown Sports app.
Ooh, ma. What was that? That is business phone bliss with the Ooma Cloud phone system. It handles all our voice, video, and messaging needs.
You sound very
calm. I am. Ooma has everything I need to run my business more efficiently, like virtual receptionist, call routing, and video conferencing. And it starts at just $19.95 per month per user, plus taxes and fees. Ooma. Nice. Find your business comm at ooma.com/radio.
This is the story of the one who, as a maintenance specialist for a historic high-rise, knows that vintage charm historically needs constant attention. Which is why when it's time to upgrade turn-of-the-century mechanicals, they turn to Grainger. With easy access to 1 million+ products and the scale to deliver when and where you need them. The right tools and supplies are never far away. So the one can keep that vintage building running like new. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
All guests come to you from the Folsom Lake Honda hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
3 questions, 3 answers. It's 3 for Madness on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Here's question 1.
Just real quick, apropos of nothing. We were in a passionate conversation during the break. I was telling you about 2 months ago, well, one of the dishes my wife will make is spaghetti. And she generally will use like a canned sauce and then add all the veggies and meats to it, right? And she went to go to the cabinet to get spaghetti, and which she thought she had, and she didn't have it. And so she subbed in angel hair pasta.
Okay.
It's the first time I've ever had that. And at first I was like, oh, wow, this is weird. It is so much better. And then I told you that, and you agreed with it 100%.
Yeah, I grew up with spaghetti. I
Same.
mean, spaghetti, the thicker noodle. But then my wife, she was from the angel hair family.
Right.
And it's way better. I don't know. I've had that for 25 years now.
It's demonstrably better. It's like spaghetti leveled up 3 times.
I agree.
I don't think, like spaghetti, they call it, when somebody says, hey, we're having spaghetti and meatballs.
Yeah.
Like spaghetti is, when I think of spaghetti, I think of the sauce and the noodle, but it's really named after the noodle, right? So I don't know if angel hair and meatballs works, but I'm telling you, man, spaghetti, trash. Angel hair, unbelievable.
MVP.
And if you haven't tried it, you guys should try it. And I was saying this too. It also holds the chunks better.
I agree.
Weirdly enough.
Yeah.
It holds the chunks in the sauce better than the spaghetti, which is all loose and thick and ropey. What'd you say was like pasta licorice?
Yeah, it's like rope or licorice.
Yeah. Chris, you ever try that?
I usually go with angel hair.
Usually, okay. I thought the cheese stood alone on this
Not
one.
at all. I'm with
Oh,
you.
wow. Okay, that's exciting.
100%.
Yeah. Question 1. 3 for Madness.
So how about those Kings?
How about those Kings? Will the real Sacramento Kings please stand up? And by the way, I think I've said that sentence every year for the last 7 years with this team at one point or another. I think every team's going to go through Jekyll and Hyde moments throughout the season. But truly, you look at this season, and it's like they were already on a big winning streak when they went to Boston. They didn't surprise Boston, and they beat the hell out of them in Boston. They'd already beaten Cleveland at home and then did it again. It's not like Cleveland wasn't up for it. Houston, they had beaten twice at home and then went into Houston. Guys like me are like, oh, they're getting shelled in Houston. Houston was ready. They're pumped up. It was Dylan Brooks was going to be, all emotion. Nope, they beat Houston too. But then they lose to the Wizards, and they lose to Portland, and they lose to God knows whoever that sucks. And why can't this team be that team? And what I am tantalized by the idea of like, wow, they can play with a lot of the best in this league. Is there something here? And I am tantalized and terrified because the last thing I want are Vivek and Monty and friends sitting around in the offseason and be like, these big
Full
wins.
year.
We're full year of these guys in the training camp. Maybe we had this and that. We got ourselves a squad. I don't know. I just don't know.
Yeah, the way the day started too, like I knew LaRavia was already going to be out, then to find out that Keegan was going to be out, I go, oh man, of all teams against Cleveland, that big front court.
Is he the problem?
Man, last time they played Cleveland, by the way, they didn't have Lavine or Sabonis
Right.
when they won.
Right.
So, I mean, these are also improbable in multiple ways. What I did think of, though, this is kind of funny because this is more about the Kings, but if we had flipped roles and we had the Cavs season this year, and the Cavs were us, so a borderline play-in team around 500,
sure,
and the Cavs beat the Kings twice, I guarantee, because like Cleveland fans should have thoughts of a championship. You can't win a championship if you lose to Sacramento twice.
Yes.
I know they're having that conversation in Cleveland today.
100%.
On Sports Talk Radio.
Mooch and Harold?
Yes.
Yeah, 100%.
After winning 15-0 to start, they have a 12-game winning streak, a 16-game winning streak as well, and they're miserable today because they've lost to the Kings twice.
Miserable.
Like, you're having an amazing year. That's just the way this works.
Yeah,
so we would be like that too.
Fan short for fanatic.
Yeah.
Also, no, you're 100% right. What was I going to say? 4 steals for Keon Ellis, 2 for Sabonis. 2. Oh, that's what I was going to say. Because if it was reversed in our continuing quest to be as fair and balanced as we possibly can, because if it was reversed and the Kings had lost, we'd be spending half the show on it. I think it's only fair to acknowledge. Yeah, the refs blew that call with Lavine. They blew that call.
The Kings got a couple calls,
and Courtney Kirkland admitted it after the game too. We blew the call. Yeah. We should. And do I think that means the Kings would have lost? No, I think 75%, 80%, if not higher, they would have won. But it would have been a 3-point game, and Cleveland would have had the ball. Then the refs blew the call. So again, I think it's important to acknowledge that, not to disrespect the win, but also for us as Kings fans in our own mental health to understand that, yes, there are times where we get calls too. And you're right, that wasn't the only call. Right. But that was look, in real time, that's a really tough one, but it should have been close enough for them to review it. And the ball was clearly on his fingers.
Yeah, and they needed to do it right then and there, and they didn't.
They couldn't. Number 2.
Question 2.
Does the win over the Cavs give you any more confidence that they could be spoilers in the playoffs?
I mean, it has to. My confidence isn't. Do I have confidence they're going to make the playoffs? I do not. I do not have confidence. I would not. Confidence to me is if I think there's above a 50% chance of them doing it. I think they absolutely can beat Dallas. And I think, let me change that. I actually think they will beat Dallas. If you forced me to guess, I'd say they will beat Dallas. Then if they play Memphis, the Clippers, I don't know, whoever it would be. No, I don't think I would be confident that they would win that, especially on the road. And then if you're asking me, does this boost my confidence that they would beat Oklahoma City in a 7-game series? 100% it does not. Do I think maybe because of games like this, they might nick a game or 2? Yeah, I could see that. I do not see them winning 4 of 7 against the Thunder. I don't see anybody winning 4 of 7 against the Thunder, but not the Kings.
Yeah, that's how I feel. Like, it shows you some really nice abilities when they're on, when they're playing well, when everybody's in. I agree. I think they could win a play-in, maybe 2. And maybe you could convince me if they play like this that they could get a game or 2.
Sure.
Maybe. That would feel like a stretch against OKC. But you never know once you get there. But it doesn't give me that much more confidence.
No. It does show you that it is just not possible to predict this team.
Yeah. I mean, series and styles and all that. But I mean, OKC, we can't forget, this is one of the historically great teams we've ever seen.
Your stat is my favorite stat of the year. It really is. They now have, I don't know if it's still there, but at least 50 wins by double digits.
Yeah. It's incredible.
50 wins is a great benchmark for teams. And if you have 50 plus wins, odds are you're, if not a high seed, 1 or 2, you're hosting a playoff series. They have 50 wins by double digits. Yeah. That's just
dominant.
Stupid. Number 3, please.
Question 3.
Were you happier about the Kings beating the Cavs or more upset that they lost to the Wizards last week?
Them beating the Cavs made me more upset about losing to the Wizards, if that makes sense. Yeah. It really did. And just when I was starting to, after the Wizards game, settle into, okay, let's really focus on that first round pick. They'll probably beat Charlotte, but then they could lose the next 4 in a row, 5 in a row, Denver, Clippers, Detroit, and I thought there was another one, maybe not. They've got a real good shot. Then they just go in and beat the Cavs. And then I'm sitting there going, so you got blown out of the water by the Magic. You blew the Pacers game. You lose to the Wizards, and not in a fluky way, even though they were in it at the end. They woke up. You beat Charlotte and you beat Cleveland. I don't know. So, yeah, I was happy they beat the Cavs in the vacuum, but also that made me angrier at the Wizards.
Yeah. I was happier about the win, but it did make me think, gosh, if you just beat the Wizards, be a 3-2 road trip, be a winning trip, or at least a 500 trip at worst if you lose tonight. But it also basically would get you that much closer to knowing you're ninth. And not that ninth is some great achievement, but then you know, okay, you're going to be at home. You're likely going to host Dallas. You can kind of plan, see what you're doing, scouting and all that.
Yeah.
Now they don't know for certain. They can clean it up hopefully earlier in the week. If they win today, that'd be great. Still be a good road trip. We'd still go, man, they should have beat the Wizards.
Sure.
But, this is this team. The ups and downs and the kind of when you think you got them pegged, you don't. So
they'd be, if they 0-1, 0-2, 0-3, 1-3, 2-4 right now. So if they
lost tonight,
if they won tonight, they'd be 3-5 on the. No, I'm off. 3-3. Sorry,
6-game trip.
Yeah.
They would have lost the first three,
and we'd be.
last three.
So if they win tonight, we'll be sitting here going, they should at worst have been 4-2.
Correct.
They should at worst have been. They shouldn't have lost to the Wizards, but also they. And by the way, they could very easily be 5-1. They blew the Pacers game, and they shouldn't have lost to the Wizards. All right, we'll take a break. When we return, well, the Kings did sweep the Cavs, and Jason's going to tell you about those challenges, critical challenges, by the way, that worked out well for Sacramento. We'll also play more highlights coming up right after this.
Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sacktown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sacktown Sports app.
It's the final days of the spring sales event. Drive home your new Honda before the deals and the new Hondas disappear. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
Looking to own or lease? During the spring sales event, drive a brand new Accord or Civic. Visit us today at folsomlakehonda.com, your one-stop Honda shop.
As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our number one priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too.
Folsom Lake Honda, yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
Get ready for a night of legendary rock and roll. Styx and Kevin Cronin live in concert Saturday, April 26th at the Nugget Event Center in Sparks, Nevada. Don't miss your chance to see the iconic sounds of Styx with Kevin Cronin on stage, bringing you all the hits. It's a night you won't forget. Tickets on sale now at NuggetCasinoResort.com, so grab yours before they're gone. Styx and Kevin Cronin live Saturday, April 26th. More info and tickets at NuggetCasinoResort.com.
This is a story of the one. As a maintenance specialist for university housing, he knows college students can major in wear and tear. Plus, housing so many students doesn't leave a lot of room to house all the supplies he needs. That's where Grainger comes in. With over 1 million industrial-grade products and fast, dependable delivery, Grainger carries the quality products he needs so he doesn't have to. From a new door hinge to a whole new faucet. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Thanks for calling Discover. This is Nia.
Hi, Nia. It's Jennifer. Did you know that Discover automatically doubles all the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year?
Yeah, I work here.
Okay. I was just double checking. Get it?
Because Discover automatically doubles all the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year?
Oh, you get me, Nia.
You could say that I double get you.
I guess we've taken it too far.
You earn, we match. Discover Cashback Match. See terms at discover.com/creditcard.
Spring is in the air and summer is just around the corner. Are your kiddos ready to let their smile shine bright? Kids Care Dental and Orthodontics has a team of expert dentists and orthodontists dedicated to providing your family with the highest quality dental care. Whether it's a routine checkup or you're considering orthodontic options for teeth straightening, Kids Care Dental has you covered. Go to kidscaredental.com. That's kidscaredental.com, where you can schedule online. A beautiful, bright smile is just a few clicks away.
Sacramento's premier country music festival, Country in the Park, is coming back May 16th and 17th at Cal Expo with Bailey Zimmerman, Billy Currington, Cole Wetzel, Nate Smith, and more. You'll enjoy food trucks, rock walls, and a mechanical bull, line dancing, and more. Single-day GA tickets start at $52 at CITPFest.com. Country in the Park, May 16th and 17th with Rocks Tech, Michelob Ultra, and Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. More info at CITPFest.com.
waking you up with the best in local sports.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross
on Sacktown Sports.
And your answer, Jason, is no. Not doing it. I hear you, and I will pass that on. Carmichael Dave, Jason Ross, Christopher Laud. Hour number 1.5.
Yeah.
As we power through on a wonderful, wonderful week of sports coming up. The weather, although it's a little rainy.
That's going to be good today.
Yeah, it'll be good later, and then we're going to have
beautiful week.
Sunshiny week. You've got the NCAA championship tonight. We'll talk about that a little bit later. I'm really excited for this. This is going to be a couple of juggernauts.
Yeah, a lot of times the NBA is off. There's only 2 games, and the Kings are one of them.
I'm really surprised the NBA is playing.
I mean, they're earlier, but still, like, come on.
Although, doesn't that go into? So we're at 4:00, and then the
I don't even start 5 or 6. I'm guessing.
Yeah, I think so. Let me see. 5:50. So yeah, it should be right on time.
Yeah.
And then, do we have any MILB?
Yeah, A's are home for the Pods.
We got a lot of MILB.
A's home all week. Padres and Mets.
Pods 8-2 Padres coming in to take on the AF.
Got to be a sellout, right?
Giants at home for the Reds.
Got to be a sellout. Let's see. I don't even see her any. There's nothing that even says tickets are available. It is there. It's there for every other game, not for the A's. That must mean it's a sellout, I think. Although I'm sure on
tickets
StubHub
might have been purchased, but yeah, people are probably trying to resell. That's my theory. I think people bought them for investments.
Giants. Well, that sounds like a move I would make.
Yeah.
With my investing prowess. Giants host the Reds, and it's funny, Jason, just to give you an idea of how fun this and honestly, even though it sucks for me personally, I wouldn't want it any other way for this year's tournament. I have 2 brackets. In one, I got the entire Final Four, and I have Florida winning the championship, and I got 7 of my Elite 8. I'm out of the money. In the other one, I have Houston winning the whole thing. I am out of the money. That's how chalky this is.
Yeah, I think if Houston wins, I think I'm actually going to end up in like 8th. But
really?
That means a whole lot of nothing.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry.
I'm asking this. God, I hope the answer is yes, because I'm asking this purely out of curiosity. Have you cashed out?
No.
See,
well, back when, remember I told you I started this like in 7th grade.
Okay.
So probably back, I think I won that one, the Keith Smart game-winning shot.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I think I won the first one.
Okay.
But it might have been at that time about $9. Who knows?
Okay.
Yeah.
What were you going to say, Chris?
If you're looking to go to tonight's A's Padres game,
I'm looking at that right now.
Section 114, just a little left of home plate, $54 a piece.
That's a good deal.
The one right next to it to the left, 45. And then I'm looking right now. You can get a pair of seats in section 112 directly behind home plate. Row 20, $69.
Yeah. See, I think all these were
Nice.
purchased. It's just people are selling them now.
Selling them off, which I
less.
gotta wonder if that face value that's awfully $70. I don't know. That seems low for those seats. I don't know. Kings swept the Cavs. Sacramento and Houston, the only teams to sweep the Cavs this year, and Sacramento swept Houston in 3.
That's true.
What does that mean? I don't know. Probably nothing. Kings, one of only 6 teams, Jason, 6 teams to win in Cleveland.
Yes. Yeah. Small list. I think, it's Orlando, Boston, Atlanta, obviously Houston, the Kings. There's one other team. But look, it's a tough place to play.
Mm-hmm.
They're playing well. They were motivated to be the 1 seed. I mean, they're going to ultimately get there. Cleveland knew that the Kings beat them before. You're undermanned. There's a lot of things that were going against Sacramento.
Right.
So to win that game the way they did, and also, I don't know how you thought about it, when they built the 14-point lead late in the third quarter, I was stunned.
Yeah.
Gave up the buzzer beater to be 12, and then it was and one, and they were down all of a sudden. I went, well, they're going to lose by about 13.
That's it.
So I did a little investigating for the A's game tonight. The $54 seats, I'm looking on the A's website, same row, right next to these seats, $112.20.
Was face value?
It's face value.
So they're losing about 50% on these tickets.
Yes.
Interesting.
Whoever bought them, right?
Whoever bought them, yeah, that's just, I mean, look, I'm not trying to advocate or whatever for them, but it's a 50% drop, and we're in the second home series, and they're playing the Padres, who are a California team. Not that they travel well,
Right.
but you still got some pretty good players on that team. They got, 2 losses on the year?
Yeah, but what's it going to be when the White Sox come in or the Rays
or when those Rays are 115 degrees
That's
in
true.
July?
Yeah,
as well. Well, you know.
But yeah, I thought they were
Yeah.
going to lose the game at that point and then to finish. I mean, they were in a battle all the way to the end, and Lavine was incredible in the fourth quarter.
I actually really I almost appreciate the win more because of that than
Mm-hmm.
if they had kept that 14-point lead.
Yeah.
Like the fact that they gave up the lead on the road against Cleveland and still were able to battle back. Obviously, Cleveland, even if you accuse them of falling asleep or not taking the team, at that point, they're taking them very seriously. They're taking them as seriously as the Thunder or Celtics. And for them to be able to match in with them once again, by the way, Keon Ellis just doing a tremendous job. God, he's so damn good defensively.
Yeah.
I hope he at least gets some votes this year.
I hope so too. At least I think around the league people know. And I mean, let's be honest too. It was a factor. They were down about 5 or 6 when Mitchell left the game.
Mm-hmm.
And when he came back, the Kings were ahead by double digits.
Right.
So I didn't think he would come back. He did come back. Shows you the importance of them wanting to win and, you know, his whole outcome there. But, you know, there were critical calls late. Kings won 2 big challenges that Doug and the coaching staff decided to challenge, which were the right thing to do. So, and as you said, I actually thought they got a couple of calls on their behalf.
And not to take shots at Mike Brown at all, but it just seems like the Doug Christie era has been a lot more successful with challenges. Zach Lavine was sublime, not the band. He got the Kings back
Here's
in the
Lavine
lead.
now on the left wing. He'll try for 3. He hits nothing but net. Zach Lavine puts Sacramento at the century mark and back in the lead. It's 100-99.
Then he follows up with this 3 later.
DeRozan to Lavine. Lavine against Strus on the left angle. Puts it on the floor. Steps back. Launches for 3. He's got another one. 35 points for Zach Lavine. He's just made his 7th three-pointer of the night.
The Cleveland Cavaliers with 1:20 left in the second had an 83.2% win probability according to those numbers. And then even crazier, to your point, with 7:33 left in the fourth, Ty Jerome hits a 3. Cleveland goes up 99-97. The computer gives them a 66% chance of winning. Then it was all Kings. Explain this, though. Zach Lavine, 42 minutes, 15 of 21, 7 of 11 from beyond the arc, 2 rebounds and assists, just 2 turnovers, which is great with that amount of usage. 37 points, which was a game high. In fact, nobody on that outscored. Ty Jerome was actually the leading scorer for the Cavs off the bench with 20. Zach Lavine was the only starter in a minus. He was minus 4. Whereas DeMar DeRozan played 40 to Zach Lavine's 42 minutes. He was plus 25.
Yeah.
How?
So,
I mean, I know how, but how?
I know. I was trying to think. So Doug really went for it too, by the way, with the minutes played, because really, besides Malik, he didn't really play the bench. And that bench group of Carter and Jones played that one stretch.
Yep.
Of what, 6 minutes?
5 for Jonas, 6 for Jones, 7 for Carter. That's it. Malik got 20. And by the way, Malik was, again, Malik, 1 of 8, 0 of 3 from beyond the arc.
So Lavine was with that group, and that group did not do very well in the second quarter as far as the point differential. Yeah. So that would be one area. He probably was on the floor when the Cavs started coming back. I mean, there's little things there, but Lavine was really, really good. DeRozan, too, by the way. Here he goes, passing Jerry West.
Yeah.
And what a year. I mean, he's going to get Reggie Miller this year, assuming he plays the last 4. And I think he just has to score about 15 a game. So, I mean, he's passed Iverson, Barkley, Ewing.
Pretty good players.
Jerry West, and now he's going to get Reggie Miller, which is incredible.
Well, and if we keep having games like yesterday, he'll get Steph Curry, too. That's about as bad a game I've seen Steph Curry play in a very, very long time. I don't know if something's bothering him or not, but I remember I saw... mean, he last night played 33 minutes, was 1 of 10, 1 of 8 from beyond the arc for 3 points.
And I remember saying he only needed 1 to pass Reggie Miller. So I'm like, well, he's going to go like 27 and get way past him by 2 points.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Draymond Green, Steph Curry, and Moses Moody all started. They combined for 8 points.
How did Butler do? I know
Butler had 13.
Yeah.
Brendan Pajemski had 19. That was their high scorer, 1 of 2 play. Well, excuse me. I apologize. Sorry. Hey, Buddy Buckets, 25 minutes off the bench, 7 of 14, 20 points.
There you go.
Chris, welcome in.
Good morning, fellas. How you guys doing today?
Good. How are you?
Doing good. I just wanted a quick. I know the second half of this season has been kind of crappy. I mean, the Kings are so inconsistent, losing to the Wizards. But on the other side of that, if you watch the Cleveland game, if we get hot, we could still win the playoff. One game, the play-in, and find us in the playoffs. Like, we're still very talented offensively, so like I can see us getting on a hot streak for 2 games, and all of a sudden, whoa, Kings are in the playoffs. I mean, of course, I could also see us getting blown out in the first game, but we're just so. I mean, like I said, lost in this horrible second half. Like, we're still a loaded team that can, put up 1 or 2 games where Lavine goes crazy, DeMar goes crazy, and all of a sudden, whoa, we're in the playoffs. So, I mean, all's not lost, but, that's what I was thinking after yesterday's game. Consistency would be better, but what do you guys think? I'll take the answer off the air.
Appreciate you, Chris. Thank you. I think inconsistency is key. I don't know what the hell this team is, and I don't know what they're going to do. That's my analysis.
Yeah, and the inconsistency is to his point. Could they do that and win the play-in?
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
Could they lose the home game if they're home to Dallas? Yeah.
100%.
I mean, really,
you
have a buddy, I would tell them don't bet on them because it's too risky. I don't have a
The stock market is less volatile.
Right.
Who gets the game ball? 1-800-920-1140 for the Jiffy Lube drive of the game. Call right now, win a $100 gift certificate, and we'll listen to Keon Ellis and the G-Man have a post-game conversation all coming up next.
The Sacktown Sports 1140 newsletter right to your email. Get your latest on the Sacramento Kings, athletics, and Republic FC with the Sacktown Sports 1140 newsletter. Visit SacktownSports.com to join.
The Napoleon Stainless Steel Prestige 500 connected propane grill with infrared side and rear burner is a dynamic evolution in grilling. Featuring Wi-Fi and Bluetooth connectivity, it brings you closer to your grilling experience than ever before. The Napoleon Connected lets you monitor temperatures, set timers, and receive high temp warnings all from your smartphone. With temperature probes and LCD display, you'll always know exactly what's happening inside your grill. Napoleon's LED control knobs even illuminate for nighttime, entertaining, and feature safety glow. Napoleon Grills, simply the best.
With 25 award-winning years in Northern California, Ashton & Price is your local injury law firm. Pro attorney tip: if a firm presents as local but they're in LA, red flag. If your first consultation is not with a lawyer, big red flag. At Ashton & Price, your first consult is with a local attorney, and if serious injury prevents travel, a lawyer will come to you. Still not enough? George Washington's my uncle. At Ashton & Price, no red flags, just red, white, and blue.
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton and Price.
Spring is here, and that means gigantic savings for all your oil change needs at Jiffy Lube today. Get a $25 gift card with the purchase of any Pennzoil Platinum full synthetic oil change through May 31st at your local Jiffy Lube service center in the greater Sacramento areas. And don't forget about the additional $30 off online coupon at jiffylube.com. Terms apply. Valid email address required. See pennzoil.com/rewards for details. Jiffy Lube, huge spring savings for you today.
It's the final days of the spring sales event. Drive home your new Honda before the deals and the new Hondas disappear. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
Looking to own or lease? During the spring sales event, drive a brand new Accord or Civic. Visit us today at FolsomLakeHonda.com, your one-stop Honda shop.
As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our #1 priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too.
Folsom Lake Honda, yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
Have you ever dreamed of shopping for the perfect jewelry from home?
Well, now it's possible, and you can even build your credit. PrestigiOJewelers.com now offers online shopping, making us the premium credit jeweler nationwide. With an exceptional selection of fine jewelry from engagement rings and gold chains to sparkling diamond earrings and much more. With over 30 years of experience, Prestigio guarantees you'll find exactly what you're looking for. It's fast and easy. Once approved, you'll receive a guaranteed credit line from $400 to $10,000. All you need is to be 18 years or older, have a valid form of ID, be employed for a minimum of 6 months, and a bank account for automatic payments. PrestigiOJewelers.com is the perfect way to establish or reestablish your credit with interest rates at only 2.25% per month. We are here to help you with monthly reporting to all major credit bureaus. The perfect jewelry, the perfect price, helping you build perfect credit. Visit us online at PrestigiOJewelers.com or at one of our locations in Sacramento, Stockton, Merced, and Fresno. Enter code SACTOWNSPORTS at checkout to save 10%.
The only place in the morning to get your sports fix. Live and local. The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Jiffy Lube driving the game. Call right now. Phone lines open. 1-800-920.
There's so many highlights yesterday. I already forgot what yesterday's was, so it'll be new to me. I'll remember once we.
I'll tell you this much. It was very early. I'll give you a hint.
Rebound.
Oh, now I know.
You know it now?
Yeah, you really gave everybody a good.
I don't want to give it away, but this gives it away.
Rebound.
Well, yeah. Who was it? I don't know. 1-800-920-1140. Game ball, if you will.
Yeah, who would you give it to? A couple candidates yesterday.
I start this going, all right, I need to talk myself out of Zach Lavine. I'm going to talk myself out of Zach Lavine. Trey Lyles coming in off the bench with Keegan out, 7 of 8 points, played some good defense. DeRozan had 28, 7, and 4 with 0 turnovers, incredibly efficient. Sabonis, 27, 9, and 7. He did have 7 turnovers, a couple of steals. Speaking of steals, how about Keon Ellis with 6 stocks and 11 points on 3 of 6? I can't talk myself
Pretty
out
impressive because from what I know, stocks are really going down.
Yeah, and his are going up, up, up. Thanks, Chris. Thanks for that. I can't talk myself out of Zach Lavine. A team high and game high 42 minutes. Not only 37 points, but he was 15 of 21. He was 7-11 of 11 from beyond the arc. Couple of boards and assists, as we talked about earlier. Just 2 turnovers with that amount of usage is pretty damn good. 37 points. I can't talk myself out of him.
Yeah, I think with this team, I'm with you. I think that's where you go. There are the Sabonis and I think DeRozan would be the other candidates, but I would go to Zach, because I think if you look at the season, the whole season, right now, DeRozan and Sabonis are still kind of playing like they've been for the most part for the whole year. They all have down games, but this is who they are. Monk's underperforming at the moment, but that could change in a minute. What everyone else is doing kind of looks normal to me. The role that Zach Lavine was supposed to fill was something close to De'Aaron Fox.
Yes.
More times than not, he has not.
Correct.
When he does, look at what the team does. I mean, again, it's the stats suggest it when he's 22 points or more, they're 10-3. That's pretty good.
That is really good.
And 22 isn't a crazy ask for. It's like, hey, if you get 22 from the rookie Devin Carter, look what we're not asking for that. We're asking from a guy that averages that more than that in Chicago. So it was lack of scoring, really lack of attempts that I think, and maybe just even involvement to me sometimes for Zach, where you go, wait, he played 38 minutes. How did he get 7 shots? Like there were too many of those games. Yeah. So he was aggressive from the beginning. 21 shots. I didn't feel like he shot too many.
And that's when he scores how many or more?
22 or more. They're 10-3.
Now, don't ever trust my math, but I believe that's about a 61 win pace.
Okay.
If you
which I don't think they're that good.
6 into what? 6 into 8. That's what, 13 times or whatever. Yeah, 13 times. Yeah, that's pretty good.
But what's interesting is I don't know what the numbers were for Fox this year. Really over his career, I felt like at times like, Yeah, De'Aaron was great, but they lost.
I know there was a game where he had 60 and they lost.
True.
There's that.
Yeah, I mean, Lavine obviously has had 3 games over 22, and they've lost. It's not, the foolproof stat,
Right.
but because you get, for the most part, what you expect from DeRozan, Sabonis, Monk, Lyles, everyone else I'm talking about, Keegan, Zach's the one that's been too up and down, and he's been too good and too important to teams to be up and down like that.
So Lavine gets both our game balls. And if I had to choose a second place, like a silver medal, I'm giving it to either Serozan or DeBonis.
Which one?
I'll tell you at the break. Right now, let's talk to or hear from Gary Gerald as we sit down with him inside the basketball players studio with Gary Gerald. Here is Alabama's Keon Ellis.
Sacramento Kings. Keon Ellis may be the guy that we'll be chatting with here tonight.
He is. Spoiler alert.
Audio issues at first.
Uh-oh.
We'll hear him in real time.
Keon about to get a headset here, and unlike the other night, 2 nights ago in Charlotte, when we had 4 different headsets, and it took about 4 minutes to figure out the right one, I think we've got everything connected.
We do.
Keon, you got us okay?
I do.
I'm not hearing him.
Uh-oh.
You can't hear me?
Oh, boy.
He can't hear me.
There we go.
Okay, he got me.
I got you now.
Okay.
Thank
Very
you.
good. Yep.
We got everything taken care of here. Well, listen, I don't even know where to begin. How satisfying would you call this win?
Very. I mean, they're a great team. And so respect to them. And I mean, they've been on a roll lately. So for us to come locked in and get the win and execute the game plan, I think that's great for us.
When you look at the different trends of this ball game, in the second quarter, the Cavs opened up a 7-point lead. You were able to knock down a 3-pointer at midcourt to beat the buzzer that made it a 1-point game at halftime. Man, that had to be fun.
I mean, yeah, we shoot them all the time as jokes and everything, but I mean, those opportunities definitely present themselves in a real game situation. So you never know. So I mean, you got to take those opportunities serious and threw one up and it went in for me.
And for the Kings' standpoint, it was a struggle making 3-point shots early. Second half, it was a different story. How about Zach Lavine knocking down 7 triples tonight?
I mean, that's Zach Lavine for you. That's who we all know him to be, man. So no surprise here. No surprise here.
Keon, you had 4 more steals to add to your total this season in tonight's ball game. I know that you take great pride and get a lot of satisfaction out of coming up with those defensive gems.
I do. I mean, that's my job when I'm out there. And so any chance I get to disrupt, and, that definitely gives me fuel for the other end. So being able to read the defense and being in the right spots to help my teammates, I mean, definitely a good feeling.
Well, it's a step closer to resolving this season and the play-in opportunity, but there's still work to be done, and it's right around the corner. How much gas in the tank for tomorrow night in Detroit?
Enough. There's enough. So we just got to go out there and get it done.
I like it. Thanks so much for your time.
Yes, sir. No problem.
Congratulations on the victory. Jason, my goodness. What?
Yeah, it's me.
That's you.
Yeah.
He was talking about you, Jason.
He was.
Hey, listen, they went out and they said all the right things and did all the right things. You're always smart after a win. I'm not talking about Keon. I'm just saying in general. Everything's a smart move after a win, and a big win, by the way, considering how good the Cavs are and the favorite, or one of them at least, with Boston to be Eastern Conference champions.
Well, right away I'm thinking, okay, this will be fun tonight to see Mobley and Keegan Murray, and then you don't have Keegan Murray, and we know LaRavia would have helped just with his size, and he's still out. So, yeah, I mean, it's been a really bizarre year. This kind of fits right into that bizarre nature of sweeping a quality team like that, but you got to enjoy these good moments when they happen.
Gentlemen, as we close out the segment, 4 teams in 2025 have a winning percentage above 70%. 3 of them are are the obvious ones.
In the NBA?
In the NBA. Want to take a stab?
Sure. The Cavs?
Correct. The Cavs are 33-12, 73.3% winning percentage. The Thunder, 37-9, 80.4%.
The Warriors?
The Warriors is a great guess. Would have been my guess. It is not.
Oh, it's in 2025.
Yeah, just this year.
Calendar year. Let's see. Indiana?
That's the one. That's the least obvious one. Not that they're obvious. Indiana, 31-13, 70.5%.
And then Boston.
Boston second, 34-11, 75.6%. Yeah, Indiana. is playing interesting basketball right now. I don't know if it's, everybody has great stretches, but that's 44. That's over half a season at 31-13.
I think if I were picking today, barring any more injuries, I think it will be Celtics Thunder. I think, but I'm not. Cavs are good. They're really good.
Yeah, I think you're right. Even though the Cavs they've just shown, even though they only have 16 losses, they've shown some pretty big vulnerabilities.
Yeah.
Whereas you look at a game yesterday, the Lakers trounced the Thunder in Oklahoma City, and I go, oh, well, is that a thing? That could be.
And then the Rockets, I don't know why I don't, but maybe because the Kings have beaten them 3 times. But, I mean, what they did to the Warriors, they beat the Thunder recently. They're really good, too. I don't know.
If I'm being honest at this point right now, and again, barring injury, I honest to God, can only see one of 2 teams coming out of the West. Either I think the Thunder will. The Thunder or the Lakers.
Not Denver?
No. I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think
with Jokic's superpowers.
Yeah, I love you. Yeah, I just don't think that team's strong enough. They're too inconsistent. I think I would give it like a 70% chance that the Thunder will come out of it, and then it'd be like 25. Well,
here was Dallas last year with the 5 and made it through. Matchups and
I should take that back. I'm going to split it. I'll say 75% Thunder. I'll say 15% Lakers, 10% Warriors. I should. They've been so freaking hot since they got Jimmy Butler, and that's a championship tested team. Whereas in the East, I agree with you. I think Boston will come out of the East, but obviously Cleveland's going to be there. And then we just talked about Indiana.
Yeah.
Hey, what if Milwaukee goes on a run with New York? And then I was just going to say, and then the Knicks, that playoff basketball, Tom Thibodeau, defense wins championships. Going to be a very, very interesting postseason. We will take a break. When we come back, hey, it's not a rewind. It's a supersized rewind. Not 1, but 2 games. And not only that, 2 wins, Jason Ross. We'll get to that
fun
right after this.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sacktown Sports and the Sacktown Sports app.
Some people just know they could save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like, to check you have your phone first, before the cab pulls away.
Hey, thanks, man. No, wait, my phone, come back. It's got my boarding pass, credit cards, phone numbers, my life, come back.
Checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Savings vary, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
This is the story of the one who, as a maintenance specialist for a historic high-rise, knows that vintage charm historically needs constant attention. Which is why when it's time to upgrade turn-of-the-century mechanicals, they turn to Grainger. With easy access to 1 million+ products and the scale to deliver when and where you need them. The right tools and supplies are never far away. So the one can keep that vintage building running like new. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Alan Stiles here with your Sacktown Sports Injury Update, brought to you by Downtown LA Law Group. After Tommy John surgery in May 2024, Ken Waldachuk began a bullpen progression on March 4th. He continues to throw off the mound and remains in line for a potential return to the major leagues around June. Zach Geloff got his cast removed from his hand fracture and has started light workouts. A 4 to 6 week timeline is about the standard for such injuries, but Zach Geloff hopes to be back sooner. On the court, Devin Carter has been listed as day-to-day with a shoulder contusion and will be listed as questionable for the time being. This injury report was brought to you by Downtown LA Law Group. Hi, I'm Alan Stiles. Injured at work? Call Downtown. Downtown LA Law Group, California's leading injury law firm. With over 40 lawyers throughout California, they've won over $500 million in settlements. Downtown LA Law Group will get you compensation for your work injury. You don't pay unless they win. That's right. You pay zero up front. Call Downtown. Text injury help to 40222. That's injury help to 40222. Visit them at calldowntown.com.
This is the story of the one Who, as a maintenance specialist for a historic high-rise, knows that vintage charm historically needs constant attention. Which is why, when it's time to upgrade turn-of-the-century mechanicals, they turn to Grainger. With easy access to 1 million-plus products and the scale to deliver when and where you need them. The right tools and supplies are never far away. So the one can keep that vintage building running like new. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Progressive knows when you own a boat or RV, it's like you're automatically on vacation, even if you're actually a marriage counselor in the middle of couples therapy. But in your mind, you're camping in Acadia, puttering around Frenchman Bay. Your boat and RV are both protected. You're lobster drenched in butter and... Uh-oh, did your clients just notice you weren't listening? Quick, do the thing where you just repeat back exactly what they said, but as a question. They bought it. Now back to Maine, earning an automatic discount bundling your boat or RV with your home or auto. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
You know the old early bird and worm thing? Well, here's an early bird special and Bonnie's lowest price of the year. Imagine an entire new HVAC system replacement, both heating and cooling, for as low as, ready? $11,789. Take advantage of that. $11,789. Hurry though, this is a limited offer and ends April 15th. The sooner you act, the sooner you save. Plumbing, electrical, heating, and air, Bonnie.com. Some restrictions apply. License 696-355.
Come check out Capital Casino, Sacramento's #1 poker room with the most variety of table games in the region in a safe and friendly environment. Plenty of well-lit parking available, conveniently located in downtown Sacramento. And remember, Capital Casino has the best food, the best service, and the best action. 411 North 16th Street in downtown Sacramento. For more information, log on to capital-casino.com and please gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios, Sacktown Sports 1140. The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sacktown Sports.
Almost forgot to do this. It's Monday. Just a heads up. If anybody out there has an extra pair of Masters passes for the entire weekend, Jason and I will broadcast live. We'll drop everything. And we'll go take the show on the road. We'll broadcast live from Augusta, Georgia. I don't know how.
Yeah.
Figure it out. Man, I know you have Kings duties.
Aren't you out at the end of this week?
Yep.
Oh.
Cancel it.
Okay.
100%. I leave for New Orleans Sunday.
Last family trip as a group, right?
Sorry. We'll figure it out.
Okay.
Masters. I'll join him. What I would do is I'd say I'll meet you in New Orleans on Monday or Sunday night.
Be close.
Be right there.
Yeah.
Could drive.
Yep.
Be a long
Wow,
ride.
last family trip, and you're just like, whatever.
I mean, whatever. Like I said, I
say last family trip.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, we got trips. My parents' 60th is this July. We got some stuff we got to do, man. But
you're going somewhere for that?
Well, I know they're listening right now.
Okay.
But I think we're going to try to plan something for that.
As you should.
And then we got to do this.
But you're really taking them to Fresno? Whoops. Ooh.
I told you. Yeah, my dad said he wanted to go see an FSU game.
Here you go.
Here you go. Oh,
this is Bulldog country.
Right. What, not Fresno State? You said FSU, Dad. All right, let's laugh. Let's cry. Let's have fun. It's from the 916. I'll be at the Master Sunday. I'll be sure to let you know how much fun I have. You know what? Nope.
Hope it rains.
I'm not going to say it. I hope you blank, and I'll just let him figure out what I'm going to say there.
Have fun.
Could be. Kings Rewind right now, please. I do not have a song for this. Jason.
Well, there was a lot of trepidation amongst Kings fans on Friday, knowing that the Kings were facing another undermanned and underachieving team. It was the Kings and Hornets from Charlotte. In the last meeting, it was light work for Sacramento, so it felt like a must-win.
This is do or die. If he chooses correctly, he'll conquer the Hornets.
And if he doesn't?
He'll die.
Beg your pardon?
Wait, what?
When did the phrase do or die become so corrupted?
The first matchup, the Kings held the Hornets to under 40% shooting and under 90 points.
You shall not pass!
Meanwhile, on offense, it was the best game of his Kings career for Zach Lavine, who went off for 42 points.
Bean.
Sacramento had gone winless on the road trip so far and had lost 7 straight road games coming into this one.
Why you bringing up old
Well, the Kings were clinging on to the 10th spot, but not feeling good about themselves as the season is wrapping up.
I am begging you from my soul.
Wow.
It was a little bit of a sluggish start for Sacramento before they were able to kick in the turbo boosters.
That's pretty good turbo boosters.
Yes. The game was tied at 18 until the Kings pushed the lead to 19 on a 31-12 run in the middle of the second quarter. By the end of the third quarter, the Kings had established a comfortable lead and already had 5 players in double figures. In the fourth, there was no stress as the Kings were able to go all gas and no brakes. That is all gas and no brakes. The final was 125-102 as the Kings complete the 2-game season sweep of the Hornets.
Sweep-a-roni.
Now, from the suggestion box, can the Kings play Charlotte every game? I mean, that's a suggestion. Yeah. They've now defeated the Hornets by 42-23. Can we just put them in the play-in game?
I don't know if you're allowed to do that.
Not to mention, I believe we would then get Charlotte's first-round pick if that happened. Yeah.
Fun.
Win-win.
Yes. Sacramento put some distance on Phoenix and crept a little closer to Dallas in the standings.
He just kept chugging along. Chicka, 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 chicka. Toot, toot.
I believe last week was the 45th anniversary of the debut of the TV show Dallas.
Oh.
Yeah. How about that?
All right.
That's your story.
That's one to grow on.
Back to you.
Now it's off to Cleveland to take on the best team in the Eastern Conference.
Oh,
Well, going into play Sunday, the Kings were back in 9th and can thank the Clippers for a back-to-back sweep of the Mavs.
man, you are one pathetic loser. No offense.
47th year it premiered. Yeah, April 2nd, 1970.
Who shot JR?
Who did? Wasn't it the girl?
Yeah.
Yeah, back to her. Yeah.
It was a dream.
In the first meeting, the Kings stunned the Cavs at G1C and did it without Zach Lavine and Domantas Sabonis.
Yeah, come on, champions. Bad.
Both players have songs after them that we've developed. Yes.
Last night, they're going to play a fully healthy Cavs team while the Kings were missing Jake LaRavia and Keegan Murray.
Oh, good for you.
This was a potential special night for the Cavs fans as one more victory or a Boston loss and the Cavs would clinch the best record in the East.
Oh, good for you.
Did we miss one earlier?
We did.
Oh.
Okay. Can we try it again or is it gone?
It's gone.
Okay.
It's gone.
The Kings got off to a good
start. It was a good one, too.
I thought so because it was Keegan. I was really looking forward to it. The Kings got off to a good start and opened up a 4-point lead after one quarter as Domantas Sabonis scored 15 points and grabbed 6 boards in the first.
Yeah.
The second quarter was a bit of back and forth, and the half ended with a heave as time expired by Keon Ellis.
I had the ball with 3 seconds left. Then Belding starts yelling, "Shoot your hopes and dreams."
The third quarter, the Cavs scored the first 5 points, but then they lost Donovan Mitchell with an injured ankle.
Hey, yo, we hurt people. We hurt people. We hurt people. We hurt people.
Well, Dave, that was just the spark the Kings needed.
Yeah!
Sacramento utilized an 18-2 run and built a double-digit lead. In the third quarter, DeMar DeRozan moved ahead of the logo, Jerry West, for 26th on the all-time scoring list.
I'm glad D-Rose came home. Y'all didn't deserve him either.
Could he be the new logo?
Oh, he should be.
Yeah.
The lead was a dozen heading into the fourth, but that didn't last long as Hoop and the Harm multiple times for the Cavs, and they were back in the lead.
Oh, no. We suck again.
Yeah.
In crunch time, the Kings used a steady diet of DeRozan and Zach Lavine to dominate.
I got a message for all of them. Ready? Shake and bake. What does that do? Did that blow your mind? That just happened.
Just happened.
Yeah, and Lavine went for 37 points, and when he scores 22 or more, the Kings are now 10-3.
Dean.
The Kings become the second team this season to sweep the Cavs and only the sixth team to win on Cleveland's home court.
Hey, look at us. Look at us.
Look at us.
Who would have thought? Not me.
Look at us. Everything went right for Sacramento. They got some calls, and Doug Christie won multiple challenges.
I feel 10 feet tall right now and strong as an ox.
Who the f*** is this guy? Hey, who the f*** are you? Huh? Who the f*** are you?
Okay, I like it. All right.
Sacramento now sits at a magic number of 2 for the play-in.
We're not that bad.
And they can chop that number down to 1 tonight if they can close out this up-and-down road trip with one more win as they face the Pistons in Detroit.
I know something about you. You went to Cranbrook. That's a private school. What's the matter, dog? You embarrassed? This guy's a gangster. His real name is Clarence.
And there you go. Now you know what happened over the last 2 games.
That's well done. That is well done, boys. You doubled up. And, give me a question. I'm not advocating for this because I don't think so, but I'm just saying hypothetically, if everyone knew what they were doing, could this actually work at Golden One Center for him? I mean, Dean. I wonder if you had 18,000 people doing it. The problem is that there wouldn't be much of a lead up for them to know when they're supposed to say Zach, which we don't really do.
Yeah.
But the Lavine part's actually kind of fun.
Mm-hmm. Come on, everybody, get it together.
If Moke did his job and got everybody going.
Wow. Moke has a ton of jobs.
Mm-hmm.
Scott Moke is your PA announcer. Scott Moke has his TV show with Gary Gelfand. Scott Moke is an executive with the Republic who pulled out a draw over the weekend. Congratulations, sort of, but I know they wanted 3 points. And also, fathered to 2 wonderful children.
Yeah.
He's a busy guy.
Sure is.
He doesn't always have time to institute our songs, which, by the way, The Wind Beneath the Wings is a gentleman by the name of Dan Spackman who deserves all the credit for that. But yeah, we'll blame Scott. When things go wrong, we'll blame Scott Moke.
When they're right, it's all Dan.
It's all 100% Dan. We'll take a break. A 30-second break. Just long enough for Jason to update you on what's going on with Gonzalez Law. All right. And then when we return, let's get some post-game reaction from the head coach, Doug Christie. Big night for a number of players, despite the Kings losing 2 pretty key cogs. Don't forget, national championship game tonight. We'll talk about that at 8:28. Who's hot, who's not, streaking. Frankie, my gosh, there's so much to get to. I hope we have enough time. We'll get to the post-game reaction next.
The Sacramento Kings play here.
He's got the triple. Sacramento takes the lead.
Get your Kings fix all season long right here on your home of the Sacramento Kings, Sacktown Sports and SacktownSports.com.
That's right. I do want to tell you about Gonzalez Law right here in downtown Sacramento are the law offices, and he has been helping out this community for a long time. He can help you as well. His case preparation and overall approach has resulted in life-changing results for thousands of clients, and you could be one as well. 916-304-9187 is the number to reach him. You can go to sacklegaldefense.com on the website to find out more, but maybe you have something from your past that's still following you around that you'd like removed to help you get your rights or kind of get your life back in order. Well, he does expungements, specializes in that, whether it's a sexual harassment case, auto accident case, wrongful termination, criminal defense. He is there to help. So, again, it's Gonzalez Law, 916-304-9187, or go to sacklegaldefense.com.
Carmichael Dave.
He has very good sources, and he just kind of tells it as it is and gets to the point.
Jason Ross.
He has a lot of pretty smart things to say.
He's good at what he does.
On Sacktown Sports.
Well, Chris thought that was a bad idea during the break. Sorry.
Never know till you try it.
Sorry
Hey,
for
let's lose Jason's sponsor.
Who are you talking about? It was my sponsor I was talking about. Sorry for being creative. Welcome back. Welcome back. Carmichael Dave, Jason Ross, Christopher Lott on a drizzly Monday morning. It is Masters Week. You have the national championship in men's basketball tonight. Congratulations to Gino Ariema and the Connecticut Huskies for bat flapping
all the way through the Final Four. I was so excited for UCLA on Saturday. They just got annihilated, and then it was worse for South Carolina.
South Carolina got destroyed. It was over. So congratulations to he. And, of course, the entire squad. I guess we should probably congratulate the players as well.
Sure.
Florida versus Houston tonight. You also have the Giants opening up their series, looking to extend Major League Baseball's best record. That's a sentence we all thought we'd say. A's back at home against the Pods, who are doing quite well this year. And a little bit of weather in Georgia, but if you're going to have weather, hopefully today's the only day to have it.
Yeah. Kings at home for the last 3 games this week.
Starting Wednesday?
Yeah, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday.
Then tonight they are in the city of motor vehicles. City of Motorly Love. That's what they call Detroit as they take on. Just, you know what? Win or lose, can we just make sure beef stew doesn't hurt anyone?
Yeah.
Can you just take it easy, dude?
Not tonight, I won't be, but the rest of I've kind of become a fan of Detroit. I'm glad that they're finally winning. I know it's not been forever, but they've had 2 terrible years.
Yeah, they have. We talk about Oklahoma City and their rebuild, and Detroit through some bad luck has really accelerated their rebuild. And what I mean by that is, they got Kate Cunningham as the number 1 pick a few years back. He's had a ton of injury issues. Plus, he's just been, if it's possible to be, what is 6? I know 5 would be quintuple teams. Well, whatever. He's been, because there's been no other options. And now this is really the year that he has, become an all-star caliber player. It's a well-coached, well-put-together squad. They were horrific last year. And Detroit, the NBA is better when Detroit's in it.
Yeah.
I've always appreciated those Detroit teams, even though they tick me off sometimes with the way they play. I can appreciate that identity. I've always said I actually think a Detroit style team would work really well here. And the closest we got to that were the Artest Bonzi Wells years. I'm just saying that's the closest we've gotten to that. And I really actually think if you took Detroit's team and you put them in Sacramento, I think the city go crazy over them. I really, really do, because sometimes you wonder about we talk about the identity of teams all the time, whereas, LA is always going to be, it seems like Showtime. Sure. Detroit's always going to be defense-based. I think both would work here. I think there's both. I think this kind of a binary town. We absolutely had a blast with the Jason Williams run and gun, have fun Kings. But I honestly think a bruising, hustling, bite your head off Kings team. I actually think the fans would really respond well to that. The Cavs didn't respond to this version of the Kings team well.
Can't handle them.
Yeah.
Just got to get to the finals, Dave. If we do that and get them there, good shape.
I like our chances.
Yeah.
I absolutely like our chances if that happens, Jason Ross. Doug Christie had some thoughts about the game. We mentioned Trey Lyles earlier stepping in, and here's what Doug had to say about him.
Our best guys goes down, and Keegan doesn't play tonight. Trey steps in and plays 40 minutes, and his impact wasn't with points or any of that. I mean, he just was out there playing at a really high level, ended up being the defensive player of the game. The number, and I told them this, that stands out the most is the 16 turnovers for 37 points. Not only did we turn them over, but we were able to convert. So for us, as we continue to build, regardless of the opponent, just a fantastic win.
You need help from everybody.
Yeah.
And Trey Lyles is a guy that generally knows his role. And it's good to see this team. How do I want to say this? I want to say it without making it sound bad, and I'm going to fumble it. I think Trey Lyles has a bigger effect on this team than his talent would let you know. What I'm trying to say is that Trey Lyles' numbers don't have to jump off the box score for him to have a tremendous effect on this team. When he's going well, I honestly think it has as big an effect as damn near any of the starters. He just has. It seems that when Trey is playing well, this team is playing well.
I remember way back when, early in the season, when the Kings were struggling, amongst many times that we said if there was one player that you could have, to lift their level of play, and who would it mean more to? This was before they made any trades, any coaching changes. The bench was so underperforming, but I thought what Trey Lyles brings is more depth to the front court, play some 5, play some 4, hit some 3s, which they weren't hitting early in the year. I thought that would be the one guy if he could start playing at a level. And he's been better. And to start, he hasn't done that much. I think it was just his 3rd start of the year. I think they're 2-1 in his starts, which is good. And they needed him yesterday, obviously, because they were very thin without LaRavia and Murray.
Well, and obviously, when you look at guys the Kings need, if they're going to win, they need one and most likely both of Zach Lavine and DeMar DeRozan. Coach Christie talked about them.
Yeah, those are our guys, big time players, man. And they step up in the big moments, and we need them to be aggressive, trying to find ways to manipulate the coverage of icing on the side. We found a pick and roll option with Domas in the middle. Guys were able to swing and get off the basketball, which was used. 25 assists, like we want to even higher, but we can live with that. And Debo was able to manipulate, knock down some shots, but still find people. Zach found a heater, and once he does, we just try to find him as much as we can. And to everyone's credit, they did that. And it was just a fantastic team effort.
So they combined, Jason, for 65 points, 8 assists, 6 rebounds, just 2 turnovers between them on 25 of 40 from the field, 9 of 16 from beyond the arc.
Yeah, that's great. And I think of the 65 points you mentioned, 20 came in the 4th when they got 20 of the 29. I think Lavine had 11 and DeRozan had 9. And it wasn't a take your turn, but it was, okay, Lavine's going, so I'm sure they focused a little more defense there. Then you can go to DeRozan. So it's nice having both options and both options playing well at the same time, all while Sabonis was doing his work too.
And this is also a team that gives up 112, just over 112 points a game. The Kings scored 120 on them.
Yeah, and number 8 defense, number 1 offense.
Yeah, absolutely. And look, if there was a way to throw those numbers up on a fairly nightly basis, this team would win 50 in their sleep. Mm-hmm. That's what's just so frustrating is how are you able to do that in Cleveland with virtually the same team with the exception of Keegan Murray, and then 3 nights later or 3 nights prior, you get beat by the Wizards almost cover to cover.
Yeah.
That's just the part that I think frustrates a lot of Kings fans. Speaking of DeMar DeRozan, big milestone for him passing Jerry West in points. Doug talked about it.
Listen, man, if you pass Jerry West in anything in life, you are doing something. God rest his soul. One of my favorite people is Jerry West. But when I think of Debo and from working with him in the summertime, I just gained a whole new level of respect. I knew him a little bit previous to that. My son played on his AAU team, but being able to coach him, being able to train him, seeing his process, what he goes through, how he digests the game, it does not surprise me that he's passing legends because he is a living legend himself.
Yeah, we're going to have a lot of that.
I get the feeling, too, that a lot of Kings fans, I don't know if you feel this and you're more active on social media, but probably here, I get it. Don't you think some fans have been frustrated, though, with DeRozan? I think he's had a good year.
Yes.
But at the same time, with the good numbers and production, there's some times where it's a little ISO and it's not as exciting at times, but he's productive.
He is. And the frustrating thing is, it's very hard to quantify with him, Jason. Let me bring his numbers up because I think it's important to this conversation. So you're right. He has been incredibly productive. And I'm pretty sure, if memory serves correct, he's been fairly efficient as well.
Yeah. I mean, like yesterday, for example, 28 points, 4 boards, 7 assists, 0 turnovers. Plus 25 in the plus. I mean, that's a terrific game.
48% from the field is tremendous for a guy who's 90% of that's middies. Yeah, even though we joke about his 3-point shot, 34% from beyond the arc isn't horrible.
And he's made a lot more than I thought he would.
He actually is right now, if the season ended today, he would tie his career high for threes made per game at 1.1 with 0.3 per game taken less, if that makes sense, 3.6 to 3.3. And he's averaging 22.3 points. So here's this is what I see with DeMar, and the problem is it's just really hard to quantify. He scores 20 plus a game. He's great in the clutch. He does it fairly efficiently. What else? What is the issue here offensively? Where I sometimes get bought or questioned DeMar DeRozan's game and the effect it has is on the team overall. Where I question it is that he's kind of a ball clogger.
Yeah.
And there's no way to really measure a direct effect of this, but we've been around long enough to hear players talk, and the best offensive teams are almost entirely ones that have tremendous ball movement. If you were to go through the league right now and look at the teams that lead the league in passes, what was it Steve Kerr said a few years ago? I think they try to get 300 passes per game, which is insane. And it keeps everybody engaged because if you give the ball up, you're almost certainly getting the ball back. If you pass up a decent shot to give somebody else a great shot, they're going to do the same thing for you. So what happens, I think, or what I worry about happening is that when DeRozan's doing his ISO thing at the elbow, a lot of times I think some of the other players are just like, all right, well, I better inch towards either boxing my guy out or getting back on defense because we know what's going to happen here, and everybody in the arena knows what's going to happen. I think that's a flow issue. It's kind of like hitting a home run. When you have two men on, hitting a home run in baseball is obviously wonderful. It's the best outcome. But if there's a downside to hitting a home run, you just clear the bases.
Right.
So now the rally has to start all over again from scratch. I feel like this is kind of a second cousin to that. It's very hard to articulate without sounding silly, and I know I kind of do, but I do. That is my complaint with him.
Yeah, it's weird. Like last night, I mean, there was times where the ball stops and you go, well, he had 7 assists, which led the team.
Yeah.
But it still stops.
It still stops. And I just don't know if for the overall cohesion of the team's offense, if it's as much of a net positive as we think. I don't know. Then again, I'm stupid. We'll take a break. When we come back, let's get into the national championship game tonight, how the tournament's been overall. How's your bracket? We also have to, again, mention the women of UConn and what they did. And that crazy finish between Houston and Duke and the defensive energy Houston had on that inbounds play towards hey, is that American Energy's music? I think it is. Why'd I get country there? Carmichael Dave here for my friends at American Energy Heating and Air. Well, as it warms up, American Energy wants to make sure you stay cool all summer long and your system is operating safely. Right now is the time to take advantage of a half-off tune-up. That's just $24.50. Or get your system diagnostic. That's just not a word. For nothing. $0. No bucks. Free. As far as your furnace goes, you're probably not going to use it as much in the near future as you have over the last few months. That's why they're having an end-of-the-season blowout right now. $4,000 off a new system, plus any rebates. That $4,000 is a direct drop from the sticker price. 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com. American Energy, making the uncomfortable comfortable. We'll take a break when we come back. National championship game is tonight, plus a few other things to get in for you. We'll do that next.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sacktown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sacktown Sports app.
2025 Rivercats baseball is finally here. Kick off the year with exciting baseball, brand new giveaways, and all the fun of Sutter Health Park. Whether you're with friends or family, don't miss a moment of Rivercats action. Get your tickets for the first games of the season at rivercats.com.
Spring is in the air and summer is just around the corner. Are your kiddos ready to let their smile shine bright? Kids Care Dental and Orthodontics has a team of expert dentists and orthodontists dedicated to providing your family with the highest quality dental care. Whether it's a routine checkup or you're considering orthodontic options for teeth straightening, Kids Care Dental has you covered. Go to kidscaredental.com. That's kidscaredental.com, where you can schedule online. A beautiful, bright smile is just a few clicks away.
There's no better time than now to get yourself into a brand new Jeep, because it's Jeep Adventure Days at Sacramento Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, offering the best deals in town and a selection other dealers are jealous of. Stop on by. They're just off of Business 80 across from Hagen Oaks Golf Complex. Sacramento Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram.
At Big O Tires, now through April 27th, get $50 to $100 instant savings on 4 select in-stock Cooper, Bridgestone, Firestone, Pirelli, or Hankook brand tires with installation purchase. Disposal fees extra, not good with other offers. See your locally owned Big O Tires store for pricing.
Sacramento's premier country music festival, Country in the Park, is coming back May 16th and 17th at Cal Expo with Bailey Zimmerman, Billy Currington, Cole Wetzel, Nate Smith, and more. You'll enjoy food trucks, rock walls, and a mechanical bull, line dancing, and more. Single-day GA tickets start at $52 at CITPFest.com. Country in the Park, May 16th and 17th with Rocks Tech, Michelob Ultra, and Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. More info at CITPFest.com.
Are you ready to unlock your business's potential? Hey, I'm Alan Stiles, and you can do that with Roxas Technology Solutions. Their mission is to empower growth through cutting-edge, reliable, and scalable technology. They tailor solutions to enhance efficiency and foster innovation, ensuring your business thrives in the digital age. Located in Sacramento, their dedicated team is ready to partner with you for your long-term success. Transform your business now. Go to roxtech.com. That's WROXTECH.com. Rox Tech. Tomorrow's technology at your fingertips today.
Spring is in the air, and there's really nothing better than hitting the open road in a new Honda. Whether you're shopping for new or pre-owned, Stockton Honda has the selection and savings. Plus, get top dollar for your trade. And while life's roads are often filled with bumps, buying from Stockton Honda couldn't be smoother. Wherever the road you travel might lead, Stockton Honda is happy to get you there. Come in today or go to StocktonHonda.com.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
On Sacktown Sports.
Been really low on the, somebody mentioned the food talk today. We talked about spaghetti for a second.
Yeah.
The spicy ribs. I had my
have any left over?
I was just saying to him during the break a couple breaks ago, he'll back me up on this. I should have actually brought them in for would you
Chris would.
Yeah, okay. I'll bring some in tomorrow. If you wouldn't mind just setting an alarm or something to text me around 8 tonight, I'll put them in a little Tupperware for you.
All right, perfect.
I'll happily bring them in. I'd be curious as to what you think of the spice level, since you're Mr. Spicy Pants. That's what they call it.
Will it kick in more or be less over time?
I don't know.
Or just the same?
Because like you think maybe it would dilute as it would sink into the meat, but I don't know. I had my celebration meal on Friday.
Oh yeah.
And I mixed it up, not to pick on them, but I hadn't had Taco Bell in a long time. So I got one of them Taco Bell boxes. It was like some chalupa thing and a taco, really well put together.
I never had one of those.
It's good. What, a taco?
I've never had a taco.
No,
whatever the box.
It was whatever.
No, a box. The way
a box,
like a grab bag of
stuff.
stuff.
It was like $7. I think you got their nachos, which is chips and a container of cheese. Oh. Yeah. A 5-layer burrito, one taco, and then like a chalupi thing. I don't know what it was. Yeah. And a drink, right? For $7. That's pretty good in today's economy. I always try to say it as nice as possible. Would you like any sauce with that? I always say yes. Could I get a couple handfuls of mild sauce, please? That'd be great. Try to be as polite as possible.
Couple of handfuls.
I'm not trying to be a pig.
How many do you use?
I generally,
More than 5?
I would tell you this much. On average, it's tough because it depends on the size of the meal. So I would tell you this much.
Well, that meal.
On average, I use probably 3/4 of a sauce packet per bite. I mean, I'm not trying to get too detailed, but I think part of it is when
I think we're too late.
When I eat, like my mouth gets dry, weirdly enough. It's the opposite. The sauce helps coat the food and flavors it, especially when you're eating a burrito and you get that nub of just dry tortilla. I need the sauce to cut through. And I like the sauce.
Wasn't there sauce and stuff in the burrito?
A little bit, but not.
What do you mean? Guacamole, sour cream,
But
meat,
here's my thing.
cheese?
I don't want them. I don't think it's their job to gatekeep. Now, look, if I say, can I get a box of sauce? I understand that. I also understand that.
What'd they give you, 3?
They literally gave me 4 packs of sauce.
Okay.
4. Which is about a quarter of what I would like. I need around 15, 16 for a meal that size.
I don't know if I ever use anybody's sauce.
And I eat them. And I understand that these proprietors, they have food costs and this. I get it. So I always say when I get to the window, whether it's ranch, ketchup, sauce, if you need to charge me more, I'm happy to pay it. Please just, can you make sure I get a couple handfuls? No problem. Not a problem. And I'm not the guy somebody's going to say out there, well, you should check it. I'm not going to check it for 2 reasons. Number one, there's people behind me. And number 2, I'm not going to be the guy that checks it and then like bangs on the windows like, excuse me, that's not enough sauce. I can't do that. I just seethe.
So you just talk about them on the radio.
Right.
Yeah.
I didn't give the
3 days later.
I didn't give the location. Yeah, it's been in my craw. Just give me the sauce. Can I just have the sauce?
Don't you have 9 million of them at home?
Weirdly, I don't, because I use them. I have like a drawer that has like 6 Del Taco packets.
But you said you had hot sauce at home.
I wasn't at home.
Oh, okay.
I wasn't at home. If I was going straight home, yeah, I would have been able to go into the emergency thing. And I actually have a bottle of Taco Bell sauce.
What if you went inside and ate?
No, what?
I don't know. Well, you're just eating your car?
Are you insane?
Yeah, what is wrong?
Because then you can get all the sauce back.
Yeah,
that you want.
yeah, you just go. That's the other thing. When you eat inside, you can just go right up to the tray of sauces and
there you go.
Grab them.
That's the way to do it.
They still have those?
Who eats inside? What are you, a serial killer? You? No.
Where are you going?
Let me guess. You also eat without looking at your phone, huh?
No, I don't look at my. Well, I don't look at my phone when
Let's
I'm
talk to
eating.
Jason.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I might have something on TV, which is my phone while I'm eating, but I'm not looking at it. I'm paying attention to the road.
Jason inside of a Taco Bell eating, just looking outside the window.
To be honest with you, that's what they don't talk about when they talk about like the cars that have the self-driving, because that's where it comes in most handy for me. Like I got to be honest, dude. I throw that sucker on self-drive and I'm just chowing away. I'm still paying attention to the road. Don't get me wrong. I'm a very safe driver, but just give me the sauce, dude. National championship tonight. Hopefully it'll be saucy. Florida versus Houston. At this point, my bracket's dead. I am 100% in. Let's go Cougars.
You want them to win?
100%.
Why?
Screw Florida.
Oh, okay. Makes sense.
If it was USC and Houston, I'm pretty sure I know who you're
Houston
rooting
by
for.
10,000.
Yeah, exactly. I hope Florida loses 120-2. That would be amazing to watch.
And what did you need? Auburn Duke?
No, I needed Florida Duke, and then Florida to beat Duke, and I would have finished 5th. I have one bracket with Florida as the champion. I have the other bracket with Houston as the champion. And yeah, didn't work out either one. That's how chalk this has been. Who do you have tonight?
I have Houston. I think Houston will win.
Yeah.
I think they've dodged a couple bullets. This last game, it was a miracle. They just stayed with it. I mean, and that's the thing. Sometimes coaches can prolong games. You get in the foul game. You make free throws. They were never down by a big margin, but it just felt like maybe it was as much as 14 or 12 with about 10 minutes to go, and they just were close enough, but it still felt like they weren't going to win. And then finally they caught them, passed them, got one more defensive stop, added the free throws, and that's it. Just even I think right when they went to the crew afterwards, like Clark Kellogg, Charles, like we thought it was over, and a lot of people thought that way. It was a great win for them, though.
Who is favored by how much tonight, gentlemen? Florida versus Houston. Chris, I think you went first last time, didn't you?
Jason did.
No, Jason did. Chris, go ahead.
Florida by 2.5.
Jason Ross. Jason Ross.
I'm just going to be different. I mean, Houston has a longer winning streak. I bet more people would bet on. I'm going to say Houston by 2.5.
Florida is favored by 1.5 tonight. Yeah, this is a tough one. I'm going to go with you. A gun to my head, I'm picking Houston because when in doubt, that defense is just so insane. And Kelvin Sampson is so good. Coaching and defense generally wins championships. Yeah. And I think there's more ways for Houston to win. That being said, Florida has a strange look because
that Clayton guy, man, he makes all these big shots.
How many times in the NCAA tournament have we seen whoever the Kemba Walker is throughout the years, whoever's got the best overall player wins? And Florida might be one of those teams we've also seen in the past in the NCAA tournament. Are you familiar with the lore of Milton Berle?
Yes.
Okay. So for
that
those
lore,
for those of you who are not, I'm not going to tell the lore. You can look it up on your own. But Milton Berle was always a huge fan of only doing enough to win the contest. And I feel like Florida has a little bit of Milton Berle in them where they've just done enough at times to win, but they always do it, and they always win. Both these teams are 35-4, as you said. Houston's on a long winning streak. I really think there's a coin flip, but I'm for those reasons stated earlier, I'll take Houston.
Yeah, and I think as far as you have a reason to root against Florida, but
yes.
I really would think it'd be great for Kelvin Sampson.
I agree, especially after what happened with him in Indiana, to rebuild that Houston program, which once upon a time, I mean, that's Phi Slamma Jamma,
Yeah.
Clyde Drexler, the heartbreaker to the late, great Jimmy Valvano.
Yeah, and it would be akin to us rooting for like the Lions this year. Teams, they have, I see the other day, the most trips to the Final Four without a championship.
Oh, wow.
So,
yeah,
let's get them one.
There's no reason to root for Florida. The state, it sucks. The school sucks. The people suck. The chomp sucks. Gainesville as a whole. There's just no reason. Nobody should, unless you went to the school or are going to the school or have children going to the school.
I agree with your first statement. Florida sucks. Everything there does.
Everything there does. And I'll even allow for Florida. I'll throw Florida State. If I didn't have a tie to Florida State, I wouldn't root for them. Screw Florida State. If I didn't root for them.
But you do.
I'm not alive if it's not for that school. Literally not alive. I have to root for them. What do you want from life? Thank you. Life. We'll take a break. Don't isolate that when we come back. Who's hot, who's not? We'll recap 3 in the key for Kings Hornets, 3 in the key for Kings Cavaliers. Plus, we'll do a 3 in the key for the Kings and Pistons. Plus, we'll go streaking all before Frankie at 9. My gosh, how are we going to do it? We'll be right back.
The Sacktown Sports 1140 newsletter. Right to your email. Get your latest on the Sacramento Kings, UC Davis, and Sac State with the Sacktown Sports 1140 newsletter. Visit sacktownsports.com to join.
Spring has sprung, and now is the best time to spruce up your home. Between spring cleaning and evaluating your home, it is the perfect time to reach out to the folks at the Overhead Door Company of Sacramento. Jason Ross here, and I'm so glad we did. We reached out, and we're now about a month in to our brand new garage doors. Now, first off, we improved our curb appeal. They look great, and it's one of the first things people notice when they approach your home. A new, modern, stylish garage door can improve the overall appearance of your home, just like it did for us. Also, how about this for a nice benefit? The return of investment. A new garage door is high on the return of investment home improvement project list. It's one of the more cost-effective upgrades you can make to improve your home's value. Hey, see for yourself. Check out their products. Go to the showroom at 6756 Franklin Boulevard and ask about the Sacktown Sports Special. Overhead Door Company of Sacramento, the genuine, the original overhead door. Always look for the red ribbon logo.
We just want to have enough money for retirement.
And travel to visit our grandchildren.
I understand. That's why at Fisher Investments, we start by getting to know each other so I can learn about your family, lifestyle, goals, and needs, allowing us to tailor your portfolio.
What about commission-based products?
We don't sell those. We're a fiduciary, obligated to act in your best interest.
So how do your management fees work?
We have a simple management fee based on the value of your portfolio, so we do better when you do better.
We appreciate that kind of transparency.
We also check in with you regularly to keep you up to date on the markets and your portfolio.
What other services do you offer?
As a client, you have access to resources on investing, financial planning, estate planning, Social Security, Medicare, and more.
Wow, it sounds like Fisher Investments has everything we need.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
Hey, Green Gobbler here. So you've got a clogged drain in your bathroom. Water in the sink's overstaying its welcome. You're spitting today's toothpaste on top of yesterday's toothpaste. You hope that it go away. Yeah, clogs don't just go away. I make them go away. I'm Green Gobbler, the only clog dissolver you need. I'm bleach-free, safe for your pipes, and I work. Guaranteed or your money back. Because I never met a clog that was going to unclog itself. Green Gobbler. Let the gobbler get it.
Still getting around to that fix on your car? You got this. On eBay, you'll find millions of parts guaranteed to fit. Doesn't matter if it's a major engine repair or your first time swapping your windshield wipers. eBay has that part you need, ready to click perfectly into place for changes big and small. Loud or quiet. Find all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. But you already know that. eBay. Things, people, love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Coach Doug Christie here for your truck headquarters, reminding you that every deal at Folsom Lake Ford is a slam dunk. Shop all your favorite models on sale now, including America's best-selling truck for over 47 years, Ford F-Series, plus a huge selection of Broncos, Bronco Sports, and all of Ford's award-winning SUVs at FolsomLakeFord.com. Listen, I know a great play when I see one, and if you want to save on a new Ford, you gotta drive the lane straight to Folsom Lake Ford in the Folsom Auto Mall. Right now, buy any new Ford with zero down on approval of credit. Save big with low interest financing, and Folsom Lake Ford always pays top dollar for your trade. So hurry to Folsom Lake Ford, a 6-time Triple Crown winner for sales and service excellence. That's why they're my trusted dealer, and they should be yours too. Tell them Coach Doug Christie sent you, or shop them online at FolsomLakeFord.com.
What's hot and what's not. Brought to you by American Energy Heat and Air, making the uncomfortable comfortable. Head to AmericanEnergyAir.com to find out more.
What's hot?
Yeah, hot. Real hot. And what's not?
It's not good. Brought to you by American Energy Heating and Air, Sacramento's complete heating and cooling company, and second opinion partner.
Man, everybody's talking about this White Lotus show, which I've seen not a second of. But I saw something online. Uncle Rico's in it from Napoleon Dynamite.
So now you have to watch.
You don't want to tell me when he was in season 2?
I don't know anything.
Or season 1.
All I know, I don't know anything about this show, other than it's called White Lotus, and lots of people think it's hot. What else is hot? Chris Laud.
Better turn on my microphone.
Yeah, why not?
Nikola Jokic. His last 3 games, listen to these lines. 61 points, 10 rebounds, 10 assists. Second game, 33 points, 12 rebounds, 9 assists. Third game, 41 points, 15 rebounds, 13 assists.
Wow. But not the MVP, according to Jason Ross and Sam Amick.
Nope.
They hate him.
It should go to the best player on the best team.
Hey, Marge.
What's Marge Simpson?
Mm-hmm.
Who's not?
The Denver Nuggets.
See?
Those 3 games that Nikola Jokic had those monster games.
Yeah.
0-3.
Worthless.
Well, or the rest of the team just sucks, and it's amazing they're even competing, if not for Nikola Jokic.
7 seed.
7 seed. Hey, how long do you think if the A's start having like real attendance issues and like half of it's empty? First off, will they care? Secondly, do you think they'll try something midseason where they're like introducing the new Sacramento A's uniforms?
I don't know.
I 100% could see them doing that. Just putting that in there.
Friend of the show, Chris Biederman, friend of the station.
Biederman.
He said that he wouldn't be surprised if it was a one and done for the A's this season in Sacramento.
Well, that's can I just say that's the second biggest Chris Biederman news of the weekend? Congratulations, as he has tied the knot. Always a great time when we find somebody good to put up with us for the rest of our lives, and he's done that. So
good for him.
I mean, we'll see.
Yeah.
Sure, he's out.
Let's go. 3 of the key, 1 of 3. Kings lost to the Wizards, and they suck so bad. At least we will beat Charlotte. And then they beat Charlotte. Then we were looking forward to getting our asses kicked in Cleveland.
Okay, well, we're going to start with Charlotte.
Yeah, spoiler alert.
And since Zach Lavine went off the first time they played him, we asked for Zach Lavine points. Davey said 23. I said 18. Chris said 26. Chris slightly closer at 25.
Oh, okay. We'll give him the point.
Then we asked, since we thought it would be a blowout, the last king to score. Dave, you said McDermott.
I did.
I said Isaac Jones.
That's Jones.
Chris said Monk. The correct answer was Jay Crowder.
Oh, whoa, Jay. Is that Jay Crowder's music?
Yes.
Wow.
And then the random stat, Dave, you said the Tune would hit a 3.
The Tune.
He went 0 for 1. Okay. I said Keegan would have a double-double. So close. 5 points and 3 boards.
He was right there.
And Chris said Monk would have 25 or more points. He had 17.
I think no points awarded there, even though Chris technically won that one, but that's just, we all sucked.
All right. We should do better in
Chris
Cleveland,
gets a head nod. No way that we beat Cleveland. We already beat them at home, and they're gonna be angry. And of course, we lost to the Wizards, so we're gonna lose real bad. Oh wait, no way, we won! What the hell?
Good song.
Thanks, appreciate it.
So then we asked the first king to score in this game. Davey said DeRozan. I said DeRozan. Chris said Murray, who did not play. It was Trey Lyles, corner 3.
Trey Lyles.
That should count for me because he filled in for Murray.
Trey.
Maybe even February.
Then we asked total dunks in the game.
Oh,
Dunks. Dunking teams.
Yeah, dunking.
Dave, you said 9. That's been a good number for you. I said 11. Chris said 13. We have a correct answer. 9, 11, or 13. What are you feeling?
I'm feeling 13.
The correct answer was 13 by Christopher Lod.
Well done. Wow.
Right on. Late dunk in the last minute.
Real
Got
late
there.
dunk. Wow.
And then the random stat, Dave, you said wire-to-wire win for the Cavs, but hoped you were wrong. You were.
Hey, I got what I wanted, but didn't get right what I predicted.
Yes.
So that's what I think.
I said Sabonis would have a triple-double, 27, 10, and 7. That is not a triple-double.
No, it's not.
No, way off. And Chris said the Tune would make his second three-pointer for the Kings. Barely played, 0 for 0.
That's really bad.
Yeah, really bad.
Well,
so there you go.
We're doing good so far.
We have a game tonight.
We got another.
Let's do it again.
Kings going to Detroit. Hopefully they don't get knocked out like Sonny Liston. Hopefully they go in there and they walk away with a win against the Detroit Pistons.
Oh, you were working on that one.
I thought about it during the Cleveland 3 in the key recap. Thank you. Not a lot rhymes with Pistons.
I know. I was trying to. Yeah. All right.
Well, I can think of one thing, but it's not a family word.
No. I think I went there too. Okay, we are going to ask. We had just said 3. Excuse me.
Was
dunks.
that it?
How about 3-pointers made today by the Kings?
That'd be a great title. 3-pointers made by the Kings today. 14.
Okay, I have 12. Chris?
16.
All right, now we're going to do the combo. First and last King to score.
First King to score, DeMontis Sabonis. Last King to score, DeMar DeRozan. I just wanted players with songs.
Okay. I'm going to go Ellis and DeRozan.
Ellis. Hey.
Chris?
Lavine and Monk.
And Monk. And then the random stat you're picking for today's game, Dave.
There will be a double technical. Odds are it'll be Beef Stew and Trey Lyles, but I'm not calling my shot.
Okay.
But then tomorrow, if that happens, I'll be like, dude, I called my shot.
Double T. I'm going to put an O before that T. We're going overtime tonight. Extra basketball to end the road.
Free basketball?
Yeah, OT.
Detroit, right before the plane leaves?
Yes.
Wow.
Chris?
Triple-double for Sabonis.
Triple-double Sabonis. Okay, we've done it. We did it. Good job. Good effort.
2 minutes.
We got time.
Let's go streaking.
It's time to go streaking.
We're going streaking! Yeah!
Who is the Nostradamus of MLB? Who can keep the streak going? It's time to go streaking.
What the hell are you doing? Streaking.
I wish every segment was like this, where it was just back-to-back benchmarks.
Yes.
The show would fly so fast.
Well, Dave, your 9-game hitting streak ended the other day with Castellanos. So you were starting fresh. I was starting fresh. And Chris was on a 2-game hitting streak. So let's see how we did. Dave, Friday, you said, I'm going to pick Shohei Ohtani.
Yes, I did.
And on Friday, Shohei Ohtani got up 4 times, and Shohei Ohtani got 1 hit.
Let's go.
So you are now updated batting on the season. 250 with 3 home runs and 6 RBI with a 1-game hitting streak.
Good enough to keep a starting spot.
Yeah. I went with Kyle Schwarber. And on a 0-game hitting streak, Schwarber got up twice. Schwarbs was over.
Yeah.
For Schwarbs. I am now batting 176, 2 homer, but 7 RBI, which leads the show.
Poor Jason.
And Chris, who was on a 2-game hitting streak, he was very, very wise in picking the New York Yankees' Aaron Judge.
Oh, all rise.
All rise on Friday. He did go deep with a home run. He went 1 for 5 with a home run. Chris now batting 313, 2 homers, 5 RBI. But a 3-game hitting streak. So he's at 3. You're at 1. I'm at 0.
He's like the Luis Arias of this season so far.
Chris?
Yeah, Chris. Yeah, no, Chris. Just batting average through the roof. Slappy Chris.
So, who are you picking today?
You know what?
You can pick everybody but Shohei.
In honor of the Ath coming back home, I'm going to take a player out of that game. And it's
you. We're taking the same one.
Well, I don't think we are. I'm going to take Fernando Tatis Jr.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you're going to take an A.
You know what? I have to change my pick.
Uh-oh.
Because I had a blunder.
Oh.
I was thinking the A's were playing the Mets today. That's this weekend. I'm taking Juan Soto.
That would have been awesome.
Are the Mets playing?
The Mets are, in fact, probably playing today. And if they were, in fact, playing today, they would be hosting the Marlins.
Yeah. You know what? I'm going to take Juan Soto.
Mets undefeated at home, by the way.
Oh, well, then good. I'm going to take Juan Soto.
Yeah.
Dave, I enjoy you going with my strategy of picking the away team in Sacramento.
Yep.
I'm going to take Luis Arias.
Juan Soto this year so far, batting 250 with 1 home run and 3 RBI, Jason Ross.
Should have stayed in that lineup with the Yankees ahead of Judge.
Yeah. Anyways. Somebody says Cuban food is not as good as Mexican food. I agree with that.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I think
but
so.
Cuban food is good.
Cuban food is good. It's just every once in a while I'll be eating something Cuban and there'll be like a golden raisin in it or something. I don't need that.
Quick, give me the best. What's the best Cuban food?
Cubano. that sandwich that's like the triangle that's pressed with the pickle and the pork and all that.
Okay.
That's pretty good.
Something else? Because Mexican food easily wins.
Like there's like a pork and rice dish I've had before that's really good.
That whole area, the Caribbean, it's good food. There's a lot of good food, but also there's just too much fruit in it. And I'm fine with that every once in a while, but it would get annoying. I don't need that. I don't need
the golden raisin.
Yeah, I don't need a golden raisin with my pulled pork or I think they also put peas in their rice, and I'm not a fan of that either. Let's get the peas out of the rice. Let's start that movement. I'm wearing my old binding T-shirt from the RV trip.
Yeah.
I'm in an organizational mood right now.
Okay.
No peas and rice when we get back.
That's not what that said.
That's not what it said at all. When we come back, Frankie Sully will join us. Sacktown Sports Kings Insider. We'll do all that right after this.
Can he do it? Yes! There's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sacktown Sports and the Sacktown Sports app.
Every day when we're on the road, people around us endanger themselves and others by looking at their phones while driving. There's the sneak-a-peeker who darts their eyes between the road and their texts, or the nightlighter who illuminates their car after dark. If that's you, reconsider before you find yourself becoming the fender benderer. the got a ticketer, or worst of all, the driver who killed someone. Put the phone away or pay. Paid for by NHTSA.
It's the final days of the spring sales event. Drive home your new Honda before the deals and the new Hondas disappear. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
Looking to own or lease? During the spring sales event, drive a brand new Accord or Civic. Visit us today at FolsomLakeHonda.com, your one-stop Honda shop.
As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our number one priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too.
Folsom Lake Honda, yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
Alan Stiles here with your Sacktown Sports Injury Update, brought to you by Downtown LA Law Group. After Tommy John surgery in May 2024, Ken Waldichuk began a bullpen progression on March 4th. He continued to throw off the mound and remains in line for a potential return to the major leagues around June. Zach Geloff got his cast removed from his hand fracture and has started light workouts. A 4 to 6 week timeline is about the standard for such injuries, but Zach Geloff hopes to be back sooner. On the court, Devin Carter has been listed as day-to-day with a shoulder contusion and will be listed as questionable for the time being. This injury report was brought to you by Downtown LA Law Group. Hi, I'm Alan Stiles. Injured at work? Call Downtown. Downtown LA Law Group, California's leading injury law firm. With over 40 lawyers throughout California, they've won over $500 million in settlements. Downtown LA Law Group will get you compensation for your work injury. You don't pay unless they win. That's right. You pay zero up front. Call Downtown. Text Injury Help to 40222. That's Injury Help to 40222. Visit them at calldowntown.com.
This is the story of the one who, as a maintenance specialist for a historic high-rise, knows that vintage charm historically needs constant attention. Which is why when it's time to upgrade turn-of-the-century mechanicals, they turn to Grainger. With easy access to 1 million+ products and the scale to deliver when and where you need them. The right tools and supplies are never far away. So the one can keep that vintage building running like new. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Did you know your skin is the largest organ of your body? Huh? That's why you should shower with Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash instead of plain old bar soap. Love your skin by super hydrating it with vitamin B3 and glorious notes of vanilla and shea. Did you know that my super hydrated skin is the second largest organ of my body? The first is my heart. Old Spice. Men have skin too. Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash. 24/7 renewing moisture. With daily use.
Hey, what's up, Sacramento? It's Kyle Draper. Turn up the cleanliness at your restaurant, healthcare, or industrial business with Alsco Uniforms, the official sponsor of the Sacramento Kings Mop Crew. We've got you covered with crisp uniforms, hygienically clean linens, floor mats, and, of course, mops delivered weekly. But that's not all. Alsco Uniforms also offers weekly services for first aid and restroom supplies. Discover why it pays to keep clean with Alsco Uniforms. Just go to alsco.com to learn more. Again, that's ALSCO.com.
Sacramento Kings basketball.
Oh my goodness, that was thrown down with rigid authority.
The run to the playoffs.
Gets in the paint.
Goes to the two-hand flush off the bounce.
On Sacktown Sports 1140. The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sacktown Sports.
Yep. Bobby Brown, what do we do? Welcome back. The end of the sports season, the finale as we know it. This week, the gates are opening. Final week of the NBA, National Championship, men's basketball, baseball in full swing, and the last week of the regular season. NBA basketball. Well, this is the gateway to summer. And joining us right now to celebrate it, the one, the only, hopefully not in a dark garage in a car where he was last time, Franklin Cardicelli. Good morning.
Good morning. We are back in the car. Car's off.
Back in the car. Okay, car is off.
Car's off after the 2 wins.
2 wins. 2 wins means the keys are not in the ignition. We're keeping the keys out right now.
And if you're wondering why Frankie is in the car, anybody who has ever had children or been around new children, it's always a funny thing. Something that you could very easily toss 50 yards if you want to do that has no defensive whatsoever. 5 minutes after birth runs your entire life, as Frankie is experiencing right now. Like, you would be, listen, no doubt about it. I've never seen you in a fight, but I would imagine I would favor you heavily over your baby in a boxing match. But that doesn't.
I don't know, man.
Doesn't matter. That baby owns you, dude.
I think the baby's got
He's
size
strong.
on Frankie.
He's strong, and yeah, I'm a small guy, so he's already kind of catching up. And it's funny that my friends are already joking about how he's 100% going to be the kind of guy that's going to get older and back me down on the driveway. It's just not even a thought in anyone's head. So we'll see. He's a strong guy, but a good sleeper. And one thing that we don't want to mess with, where my little work area there is next to the room. And when I'm coming on with you fine people, my voice can sometimes wake him up, and we're gonna let him sleep so that mom's happy and little Frank has a good day here.
Now the baby brings the boom, is what you're saying.
Boom.
Baby brings the boom. Right now, he's not bringing the boom, though. He's bringing the Z.
Oh, he's guarantee he's bringing some booms. Frankie, very easy question to start off so we can ease into the interview. The Kings lost last week to the Wizards. They beat the Cavs in Cleveland to sweep them. They are 6-1 versus Boston, Cleveland, and Houston. Why?
Great question.
Thanks.
It's a great question. It does seem like for whatever reason they play up to their opponents, and you can look at the recent track record and say that kind of doesn't really measure up. But like you mentioned, they have some pretty notable wins, some pretty notable, you can say, quote unquote, signature wins. And now we're not going to sit here in the last week of the season and say that's a signature win of the season against Cleveland when they're 2 games under 500. But I think it just kind of shows that the Jekyll and Hyde kind of makeup that this team has, how horrible they can look one week and how great they can look the next. And you beat the Charlotte Hornets handedly, as you should. You lose to the Wizards, as you shouldn't. And then you go back and you stun the Cavs, who are on pace to win, I think, 65 games or so? They're at 62 right now. So it's head scratching, but also it kind of makes you think that and you guys talked about it earlier, if the Kings could play spoiler in the playoffs or make a series out of a potential first round matchup. It's hard to say, but I do think that shows kind of that the Kings are dangerous. They're one of the more dangerous teams, I think, in that kind of play-in mix. Definitely more so, I think, than Phoenix or Dallas. So, you look at what those potential 7-8 games look like. If the Kings, like you said, you feel confident they could beat Dallas, and, we'll see if that happens, if it takes place. It looks like the Kings are probably going to be in that 9-10 game. But if you assume the Kings win that 9-10 game, you're going to have the Kings against one of those teams we talked about, against a Denver, the Clippers, the Warriors, the Grizzlies, a team that's probably, a lot of people didn't expect to be in a play-in game. It's going to be kind of a similar spot. Which team will show up in a game against an opponent that's that well outweighs the Kings? And entering last night, against teams that are over 500, they had a record of 11-26. It just makes no sense that the Kings somehow have 2 wins against the Cavs in there.
Frankie, this was something G-Man said at the end of the broadcast last night to Henry and I in the postgame, that he goes, it's kind of been underreported, and partly because they are on the road. But after the Washington game, G-Man said the team had a players meeting, which, that can happen multiple times during a year, and there's different values to all those kind of things. But he said, amongst other things, that just a ton of communication, a lot of talk amongst the players. And what I'm only speculating here, but would love your thought or opinion on it, that I wonder if how much of that was trying to get a little bit more out of Zach, because he's too good to not have a high volume of shots and to not be scoring in the last 2 games that they've won. He's been aggressive. He shot a lot. He's made shots. And again, I guess I'm just asking you to guess or speculate on that, but maybe more of the impact that this team can have when Zach is aggressive offensively.
Well, they need him to be. And I think that when you look at what was happening with Zach and the personal aspects of everything, and it's kind of impossible. I mean, they're human beings. It's going to leak into job performance. I think that, that's natural, and kind of the ability to bounce back though and be the Zach Lavine that the Kings acquired, when how great he played when they first kind of had him. The first couple of games were rough, but he hit that kind of good stretch. I'm just going to look at his recent track record here. The Kings are 10-3, and it's just kind of specific stat, but 10-3 when Zach Lavine scores 22 or more. They're 1-10 when he scores under 20. So they really need him to play, not out of his mind. Like last night, that's great. Seeing Zach Lavine score 37 points, kind of take over, that's ideal. You want that every night if you can. But just being a guy who's going to take 10, 15 shots a game, which isn't asking too much. Zach Lavine taking less than 10 field goal attempts, I think has happened 4 times in his Kings career. They're 0-4 in those games. That's something that just can't happen. And you look back and kind of to the past of De'Aaron Fox, who was kind of that focal point, or the Kings quote-unquote 1A, that would never happen. We'd be talking in circles about De'Aaron Fox taking 9 field goal attempts in a Kings loss. And I think Zach Lavine is someone who has the ability to get going from 3, like unlike we've seen a Kings player do in recent memory. I mean, just seeing him kind of get going from beyond the arc. And I think that, we've said it on the Aaron Allen show, every time the ball leaves his hands, you think it's going to go in because the shot looks that good, and it is that good. And you see last night what it looks like when he's dialed in. But, the Kings right now, there's 4 games left. You have to hope this can continue to carry on, because it looks like, again, that they're probably going to be in that play-in game. All those conversations about maybe the Kings can miss it and retain that draft pick. I mean, I think that they'd have to completely blow it down the final stretch here to miss the play-in. So at this point, it's kind of a matter of, and as a fan too, that perspective, what do you care about more? I mean, if they are going to make the play-in and they're going to, let that draft pick go to Atlanta, would you rather them be competitive and build off of this going into the offseason, or would you rather them kind of just, go out with a whimper? And I think Zach Lavine playing at a high level, like I said, makes them a very interesting and even dangerous team in a play-in setting. Because if you get this far and you're in the play-in game, to quote Major League, and I'll leave out the bad word there, but win the whole thing and just kind of get into the playoffs, get into the show. And Zach Lavine's going to be a huge point of emphasis to get there.
Frankie Cardicelli joining us. I'm going to give you the counter that no one wants to hear. I was telling Jason earlier, listen, in a vacuum, I was cheering. I was into it. I love that they beat the Cavs. But the 50,000-foot view for me, Frankie, is this. I actually would rather them go in with a whimper. Here's my worry. I don't want ownership and front office sitting around going, I mean, this team was 6-1 versus 3 of the top 4 seeds. They won this, they won that. You either believe this team's core at its soul is not a contender or anywhere close, or you don't. And I'm just not entirely sure that this group of players, in fact, I'm fairly sure that it isn't. This group of players, as we know it, this is a play-in team, maybe an 8 seed, maybe a 7 seed, but certainly not a title contender. And if you believe that, the last thing I want is for the front office or anyone associated with making decisions to have some sort of confidence going into the offseason.
Yeah, that's a fine line to navigate, for sure. But, I mean, and I'm sure you mentioned before, Dave, and I've heard similar things, that whether we like it or not, it does seem like the Kings seem much more apt to retool than rebuild. It seems like rebuilding is not really on this team's radar at the moment, and that's kind of their own fault. They're at the mercy of the contracts that they've, handed out or acquired. And that flexibility is going to be pretty tough going in the offseason. And I think that you shouldn't, and at least the front office shouldn't, or fan how you want to fan, but I won't at least look at it as, if the Kings win the 9-10 play-in game and then they win the 7-8, say they beat Memphis or the Clippers, and they get to a first round series against the Thunder, they lose in 5. I don't think you can sit there and put your hands behind your head and say, okay, this was a successful year. This was exactly what we set out to do. We wanted to make the playoffs. We did. Now we can roll out the same core and same situation. I don't think so, but I think you can kind of look at what takes place over the next couple of weeks and evaluate what has worked well, or what could work well with a new kind of direction, or kind of a similar direction, as far as maybe obviously Keegan Murray, build around him. Is Domas still your focal point of the franchise? You're going to have conversations with him. Is Zach Lavine someone who you feel confident going through a full off season, going through a full training camp, maybe bring in a true point guard and trying to kind of roll it back out next year? What does Vertus Malik Monk fit? Is he going to be a 6-man next year? Is he someone that would want to benefit from a change of scenery? These are questions that are going to have to be answered this offseason. And I think everything's on the table. But, when you're in a situation where you're possibly going to be hosting a winner go home postseason game, I just look at it as a matter of, from my own perspective, if you got this far, you lost a draft pick, see how far you can go and how far you can take it. And like you talked about, Dave, it's a fantasy basketball team of talent. But as we saw last night, they still can be dangerous if things are clicking. And I'm not saying they're going to win a first-round series, but and we saw the team in Washington. That team could easily show up in a winner-go-home game. A winner-go-home game against the Mavericks, mind you. That's not a guarantee the Kings are going to beat Dallas Mavericks. With Anthony Davis back in the fold. Klay Thompson, maybe he has a redemption arc to an 0-10 last year in a play-in game. Maybe he gets his get back at Sacramento this year. That'd be an interesting storyline. But I don't think any of the results over the next 2 weeks should push the organization in that direction of, wow, they made the first round. Time to kind of roll it back out and stay with it. I think there needs to be changes. There needs to be some adjustments. I do think if the Kings were going to refuse to tear it down, which it seems like they're going to, they do have some good players they can kind of build around. And I'm looking mostly at Keegan and, one or both of Lavine and Sabonis. And, DeRozan, I think a lot of people think that he's going to be looking at different possibilities this offseason as far as trade. And we'll see if that happens. But, here we are, April 7th. The Kings are, pretty much a win and the Suns lost away from clinching a postseason spot. And now we kind of see how this all unfolds.
Frankie, what about a thought on tonight? Detroit to wrap up the trip, final road game of the regular season. The Pistons kind of started the end, I guess, for Mike Brown and what turned out to be the end of De'Aaron Fox. But a rematch with Detroit. What do you think about tonight's matchup?
Yeah, another tough matchup for the Kings. And like we talked about, which team will show up tonight? Will we see another kind of Cavs situation, or will we look back to Washington? And this is not the old Detroit Pistons, as we've learned. And that definitely was a game we'll look back on, I think, years from now and kind of, laugh in disappointment about just that 4-point play at the end of regulation. But it's a team that they really love to attack the paint. I think they're top 5 in points in the paint per game, and not quite a team that can hurt you on the perimeter. And the Kings right now, they've been doing a very good job of containing the perimeter. We'll see if they can do it again. But over the past 4 games, they've held opponents to 31% from 3. That's well below the 39% clip they held opponents to for the past 15 games before that. So, which is insane. But, another game that you look at, if they win it, all the guarantees they make the play-in. Yippee, I guess. But we'll see how it unfolds. And, obviously Cade Cunningham is the guy you want to keep your eye on. And will Keegan Murray be back in the fold for tonight? We're still waiting to hear how his availability will look. But final road game of the year, and see if the Kings can finish the road trip strong and head back for the final 3 games.
Last thing for you. If the Kings were somehow able to get past the Thunder and win the title, would you consider that a successful season?
I guess it'd be all right. I mean, I guess it'd be
all right.
It'd be decent. Would Royale be there to witness it? Because I think that
better be.
You're damn right he
would. That'd make it a success. I think if Royale was there to light the beam after the Kings hold up the Larry O'Brien.
More hot takes like that and so many more from Frankie coming up, not just on Twitter, follow him, but also SacktownSports.com for all your analysis as we head into what is most likely at least some of the postseason. Frankie, appreciate you. Looking forward to previewing that postseason next week. Take care.
Can't wait, fellas. Have a great week.
Me too. Bye-bye. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll take a first real look at the Kings versus Pistons tonight. Remember, that is an early start, just a 1-minute break here. And also something we got to mention, big time sports history over the weekend as well. We'll get to it next.
The only place you'll find Malik Monk is Sacktown Sports.
Oh my, what an athletic move that time by Malik Monk.
Hey Sacramento, it's Malik Monk and you're listening to the home of the Sacramento Kings, Sacktown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
Have you ever dreamed of shopping for the perfect jewelry from home? Well, now it's possible, and you can even build your credit. PrestigioJewelers.com now offers online shopping, making us the premium credit jeweler nationwide. With an exceptional selection of fine jewelry from engagement rings and gold chains to sparkling diamond earrings and much more. With over 30 years of experience, Prestigio guarantees you'll find exactly what you're looking for. It's fast and easy. Once approved, you'll receive a guaranteed credit line from $400 to $10,000. All you need is to be 18 years or older, have a valid form of ID, be employed for a minimum of 6 months, and a bank account for automatic payments. PrestigioJewelers.com is the perfect way to establish or reestablish your credit with interest rates at only 2.25% per month. We are here to help you with monthly reporting to all major credit bureaus. The perfect jewelry, the perfect price, helping you build perfect credit. Visit us online at PrestigioJewelers.com or at one of our locations in Sacramento, Stockton, Merced, and Fresno. Enter code SacktownSports at checkout to save 10%.
Waking you up with the best in local sports.
They just make it interesting, you know?
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
On Sacktown Sports.
The right side to Wilson, centered up. Ovechkin has it. He scores! He scores! Alex Ovechkin scores 895. There's a new goal-scoring champion, and his name is Alexander Ovechkin. He has done it here on Long Island. His teammates mob him. There is but one. Alexander the Great, the greatest to ever do it in National Hockey League history.
I can tell you firsthand, I know how hard it is to get to 894. 895 is pretty special. My congratulations to not only Alex, his mom and dad, his family, his wife and kids. When I broke the record, my two kids were about the age of his boys. So it's kind of reminiscent for me, and I'm so happy that two of my boys are here tonight. But there's nothing better than the National Hockey League. They say records are made to be broken, but I'm not sure who's going to get more goals than that.
Like I always say all the time, it's a team sport, and without my boys, the whole organization, the fans, the trainers, coaches, I would never stand there, and obviously I would never pass a great one. So, fellas, thank you very much. I love you so much.
That was Alex Ovechkin, who's now the all-time leading goal scorer in NHL history. Wayne Gretzky was on hand, very gracious, and then you heard Alex at the end. And that's a great question posed by Aaron in the chat. If Alex Ovechkin was in street clothes, walking around Golden One Center, let's say next week versus the Nuggets, and you walked with him and you did a full circle around the concourse, how many times does he get stopped, or does he get stopped at all?
Not that often.
I don't think
know.
so.
Yeah.
I think maybe I put the over-under on 2.5, because unlike a basketball, like hockey players aren't, he's a big dude.
Yeah, but he might be 5'10" to 6 feet tall.
Yeah,
right?
it's not. I don't know what the hell. Maybe he isn't a big dude. I'm talking.
I don't know.
Out of my butt here. I don't know. I don't know anything about hockey. I mean, I know this. So is he better than Wayne Gretzky now? Is that
obviously?
Yeah. Is that how it works? Is he the new great one? Is that what happened? He's 6'3". Jason, I did know what I was talking about.
All right.
Oh, he's 6'3". Let me see here. If you were walking around, Jason, and as always, we operate in the on the honor system here. If you were walking around Golden One Center on your way to Radio Row, wherever you sit, and you walked up and you saw this guy. This guy's just walking down the.
Yeah.
Do you have any idea?
Nope.
None.
I mean, just because I've seen him a lot in the last week or so, but yeah, probably not.
I think at best, I would like if a friend of mine was talking with him and I went over to say hello, I think at best I would be like, oh God, this guy looks, he'd be like that one guy who played Pauly Shore's father-in-law in the movie Son-in-Law that's in everything, but you don't know.
Let's munch on some grindage.
But you can't place who he is. I think it would be like that, like one of those actors where you just know who it is, but you can't place who the hell it is.
Well, forever, so when he broke the record yesterday, or when he was tracking the record, I looked up because I had remembered when Gretzky's career ended.
Mm-hmm.
People talked about how his numbers would never be reached.
Never. Right.
So, okay, yes, he did catch him in goals.
Uh-huh.
Care to take a guess how many points he's behind him? So it's goals and assists.
Oh.
So Ovechkin has passed him in one of the categories.
Does it happen to say how many goals he scored to beat Ovechkin or Gretzky in front of you right now? Probably not, right?
Wait, how many goals?
Yeah, how many goals has he scored now?
Ovechkin?
Yeah.
He has scored, that was his 895th.
Okay, I just want to
get
Gretzky
at 894.
I will say he is 270 assists behind Gretzky,
270
or
assists,
points.
total points. Okay. Ovechkin is 11th all time, and Gretzky has nearly lapped him.
Really?
Gretzky is almost 1,000 ahead of second place.
Okay, so all those people coming on here saying Ovechkin's the greatest now,
Goal scorer.
You're wrong. Yeah, but Gretzky did so much other things.
Yeah, the goals and assists, the
Right.
combo. So Gretzky total points is at 2,857. No one else has reached 2,000.
To me, the greatest hockey player of all time. Yeah, Wayne Gretzky. Plus, by the way, all the championships.
The great one
with Edmonton and elsewhere.
So when people said that, I'm like,
hot take, guys.
Yeah,
the hottest.
So, for example, you know who that guy is, right? I'm showing you a picture of the dad in Pauly Shore's son-in-law.
Yeah.
Like, you recognize him from other
Yes.
movies, but you don't know what his name is, right? Maybe you do, actually.
I don't.
You're that guy. Yeah, I don't, but I've seen him in like 700 things.
My cousin Vinny.
Yeah,
Yeah, he was the lawyer.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just don't know. He's one of the all-time that guys. I know that guy.
What is his name?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't
I
have
thought
a
that was
payoff.
part of the bit.
I don't have a payoff for that. Anyway, so for all of you hockey's fans out there that had to struggle through this last segment, I say to you this. We apologize for trying to even get close to speaking about hockey. Also, we talked about hockey.
Yeah.
Let's be happy for the things we have,
right,
and not cringe at those things that we want even more.
Yeah.
You know, we took our best shot, and now the Kings play the Pistons tonight,
Yes.
Jason Ross.
And it brings back memories.
Brings back memories of the Detroit Red Wings, their big battles with the Edmonton Oilers.
Yeah. The Detroit Tigers.
Their
World Series in 84.
Detroit Red Bulls.
Detroit Lions.
Motown. Little Caesars.
Yeah.
Detroit style pizza.
Which is what? Square?
Yeah, I think it's square with like
it's a little bit of a hint of Chicago-ish, like thicker.
M&M.
Yeah.
There's a lot of Detroit to
Bad Boys.
Tom Selleck. Just because
Wore the Tiger
hat.
hat.
Wore the Tiger
Tim
hat.
Robinson.
Is that Michelle Obama's brother-in-law?
No.
I thought it was.
It's Tim Robinson from I Think You Should Leave.
Oh, hold on. I think, but you see, Craig. I think it's Craig. Wait, Craig Robinson? Wait,
Yes.
isn't Craig Robinson the guy from The Office?
Correct.
Same guy?
No.
Same name.
Yes.
All right. Well, that was fun. So tonight, the Kings, by the way, against the Pistons at Golden One
John
Center.
Smith? They're two different people?
They led by 19 in that game, and they led by 16 in the fourth quarter. It was coming. It was definitely circling, but that was the death rattle for Mike Brown.
Yeah, they led by 10 with 2:45 to go. Led by 3 with 3 seconds left.
Just a total unmitigated collapse, which, by the way,
his last game
doesn't look as bad in April as it did when it happened. When it happened, it was like, oh, Detroit's kind of cute, but they're still lame. No, they actually ended up being a pretty damn good team. This is
But let's remember last year, Detroit was awful. They came in here late in the year and beat the Kings.
They sure
and
did.
Detroit was out a bunch of players.
Yeah, they sure did. That was arguably the worst loss of the year. That was a really terrible loss. And now, look, my normal take on this would be, oh, God, second night of a back-to-back. You're going in and playing a physical Detroit team. But I said the same thing about Houston and how physical they were. They just went into here's the hot take. Kings can actually win tonight. Don't think they will. Didn't think they'd beat Cleveland. Didn't think they'd lose to Washington. So I'm just going to take whatever is the opposite I think is going to happen. And so I think the Kings will come away with the victory tonight, Jason.
Okay.
For no logical reason whatsoever.
There you go.
Yeah.
Good call. I like that call. Very good call.
We'll take a break. When we come back, what to watch, and there is a lot of what to watch tonight. We'll go over all of that before we get to crosstalk with Styles as he comes in, ready for a Monday week. And I know he's like a slingshot with so many hot takes ready for you. We'll do that next.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sacktown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sacktown Sports app.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Bonnie.
I'm meteorologist Kelly Curran in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. A few showers before sunrise, otherwise mostly cloudy skies this morning, starting out in the low 50s, but highs today topping out in the low 70s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA app.
Ready for an early bird special? A new HVAC system replacement, both heating and cooling, for as low as $11,789. This is a limited offer and ends April 15th. Bonnie.com. Some restrictions apply. License 696355.
Advanced Infusion Center, where we prioritize your comfort and well-being. Whether you're managing a chronic condition or seeking specialized IV therapy, our state-of-the-art center offers tailored solutions to meet your needs. Advanced Infusion Center's dedicated healthcare professionals are here to ensure your safety and provide personalized care. Conveniently located in Sacramento and Yuba City with flexible scheduling options. Experience a new standard in infusion therapy. Visit Advanced Infusion Center today at advancedinfusion.com.
Save $12,000 off MSRP on new 2025 Silverado 1500 LT at the Maida Chevy Silverado Supercenter after all rebates. And Maida Chevy still has one of the largest selections in the Sacramento area with $12,000 off new Silverado exclusively at the Maida Chevy Silverado Supercenter. Now that's big, huge. See them all at MaidaChevy.com. Together, let's drive.
5 savings plus trade in 2011 or newer. Not available with special financing, leasing, some other offers.
Made a great deal at Maida.
The wait is over. Rivercats baseball is back. Whether you're cheering on your team with friends or enjoying a fun night out with the family, Sutter Health Park is the place to be. With exciting giveaways, great food, and plenty of entertainment, join us for another year of Rivercats memories all season long. Don't miss the first games of 2025. Grab your tickets today at rivercats.com.
Why'd I go to the doctor? One day at the firehouse, I was so lightheaded I could barely stand. Even my crew noticed. Getting checked out was the right call. Turns out I have atrial fibrillation, which increases the risk of stroke about 5 times.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit notimetowait.com. Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Thy ticket, Lady Jennifer of Coolidge.
Well, many thanks, good sir. Here'th my Discover card.
They accept Discover at Renaissance fairs?
Yeah, they do here. Discover is accepted at the places I love to shop. Get it? With the times.
With the times? You're playing the lute.
Yeah, and it sounds pretty good, right?
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2024 Nielsen report.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Are you a victim of the timeshare trap and think there's no way out? I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, the original timeshare cancellation expert. And I'm here to tell you that there is a way out. All you need to do is give my office a call. I will send you a timeshare exit information kit absolutely free, explaining how the timeshare industry works and your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free info kit. 800-902-5454. 800-902-5454.
Progressive knows when you're in your RV, you're already on vacation. That's when you become Vacation You, who just camped where there's absolutely no shade. Even though regular you burns easily. In fact, Vacation You burns too, but is too stubborn to admit it, which is why regular you gets in trouble at the dermatologist, because Vacation You doesn't do doctors. So bundle your RV with your home or auto policy and earn an automatic discount from Progressive. And spend the savings on the both of you. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
How can you free your team from time-consuming office tasks? Amazon Business. Smart business buying tools enable buyers to find and purchase items fast so they can focus on strategy and growth. Free up your team and focus on your future. Learn more at amazonbusiness.com.
This is the story of the one who, as a maintenance specialist for a historic high-rise, knows that vintage charm historically needs constant attention. Which is why when it's time to upgrade turn-of-the-century mechanicals, they turn to Grainger. With easy access to 1 million+ products and the scale to deliver when and where you need them. The right tools and supplies are never far away. So the one can keep that vintage building running like new. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Whether you're shaping up a small yard or tackling serious acreage, Steel, walk-behind, zero-turn, and stand-on mowers are built to get the job done. Shop online or at your local Steel dealer. STIHL. Let's go, Mo. Available at participating dealers.
It's the final days of the spring sales event. Drive home your new Honda before the deals and the new Hondas disappear. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
Looking to own or lease? During the spring sales event, drive a brand new Accord or Civic. Visit us today at FolsomLakeHonda.com, your one-stop Honda shop.
As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our number one priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too.
Folsom Lake Honda, yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
Capital Casino, conveniently located on 411th North 16th Street in downtown Sacramento.
Only place in the morning to get your sports fix.
Live and vocal.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Welcome back. Final half hour, and I have a treat for you guys. Now, I'm going to be very honest about this giveaway because we have a giveaway that was just handed to me. Look, when you do radio and you have a giveaway, every giveaway is the greatest giveaway ever, right? Well, I think there's some people in certain generations. By the way, this is before my generation. That would be like, oh, okay, that's cool. I am freaking hyped. And if any of the salespeople are listening right now, I will travel to Reno for this. I want to see it. Actually, unless it's on a weekday. Styx and Kevin Cronin are playing at the Nugget Event Center in Reno, April 26th. We have a pair of tickets for you. It's a Saturday. Let's go. I actually think I have nothing that weekend. As a matter of fact, if I do, it just got canceled. So you go, well, okay. I mean, Styx are kind of an old band. And who's Kevin Cronin? Kevin Cronin. Well, first off, you may know Styx, Renegade, Mr. Roboto, Come Sail Away, Come Sail. You know, they've got a ton of stuff. This is Styx now. I believe their latest album that, yeah, I was rocking. The name of the song, it's the name of the album as well, I believe, is called Crash of the Crown. You tell me if this sounds like a bunch of old dudes. I actually think it kind of sounds like Queen, as a matter of fact. That's 100% not the song I wanted. That's weird. That's how it's listed. Well, I did a whole lead up for that for nothing. Dude, it is so good. They are so good. I love their harmonies. I'm super stoked about it.
I was born.
Shut up. And that's because I went for the title track. My bad. The song is called The Fight of Our Lives. And I'm telling you, these guys are like in their 70s, I'm pretty sure, Jason. Just tell me if you think this sounds like a bunch of dudes. So you might be saying, well, okay, I might go see them. This is the greatest promo for a contest ever. By the way, we'll take caller number 4. Okay. So caller number 4 right now, 1-800-920-1140. You might go, well, who's Kevin Cronin, right? Well, I don't know. You ever maybe heard of this song?
Of course.
Because Kevin Cronin is the lead singer of The Wagon. Yeah, that's right. REO Speedwagon. And I checked, just in case you were wondering, I checked the Kevin Cronin playlist from his last show. Yeah, he's singing Keep On Loving You, Take It On the Run, All of the hits, including Can't Fight This Feeling. Dude, I'm telling you right now, going to see both Renegade and Can't Fight This Feeling sung live, worth even if it was just those two songs, I would go. So, what'd you say? Fourth caller?
Number 4.
Caller number 4 right now, Sticks and Kevin Cronin, 1-800-920-1140, Nugget Event Center in Reno, April 26th. Did I do a super long promo so hopefully they can record it and send it to the promoter so I can get really good seats? No. Live in concert Saturday, April 26th, Nugget Event Center, Sparks, Nevada. Hit up that Folsom Lake Honda hotline right now, 1-800-920-1140. You'll get a pair of tickets. Are we doing this all week? All week!
Yeah. How about that?
Kings at Pistons tonight.
Okay.
Florida versus Houston tonight for the national championship. Yeah, it's time. Crown a champ. Padres, A's. Are they Sacramento? Are they Oakland? Are they Vegas? Don't know. West Sacramento A's. Got to turn it down so we don't get dinged on YouTube. I can turn it back up. Reds at Giants. Can the Giants continue this streak? Will they go 158-4? They could.
Yeah.
They could, Jason.
They'd have to start losing.
I know I've told you this before. First time I ever saw this song. You remember the story? I've said it many times, but it's a throwaway. It was a promo for the TV show Hunter. Hunter was going after his partner, Stephanie or whatever, and in the promo it even showed him crashing through a door when he said the lyric, you know. That was back on NBC when the shows would start, and then there'd be like a little headphones in the middle that would be like in stereo. That was a big deal.
Yes.
In stereo. So Hunter. Kings, Pistons, Florida, Houston for the national championship. By the way, those very busy night, and those games, as a matter of fact, there should be a little overlap, but for the most part, no. And then you can go right into with the whole baseball thing as the national championship game is wrapping up. You got Reds Giants at 6:45 live from Oracle Park, and then Sutter Health 7:05. Padres A's, the final game on the schedule, and Logan Webb on the mound for the Gigantics. Okay. You know he's from Rockland?
I do. He's a big Kings fan.
Big Kings fan. 1-0 on the year with a 3 ERA. 3.75 ERA for Luis Severino, the former Yankee, who has yet to get his first win of the year. The A's 0-3 at home. The Padres just 1-2 away. 1-2 away, but they are 7-1 at home. Tied for, I think, the third or fourth best record in the league. Jason, work cut out for the Oakland A's. What's the key to that matchup for you?
Getting ahead at home.
Yeah.
They've not had the lead yet. So if Severino can get the 3 outs in the first inning and let the A's finally come to the plate their offense has been pretty good. The question is going to be their pitching. It was much better in Seattle. Got enough runs in Colorado, lost the last game of the series yesterday, but I actually think the A's are going to be okay.
They have yet to lead a game in
Correct.
their entire history as the Athletics.
Yeah.
Has not happened.
True.
Yet. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we cross-talk it with Alan Stiles, and then we preview something. I guess, Jason, we're going to do this twice tomorrow. Celebrity birthdays, and then we have been drafted for our big cluster meeting get-together tomorrow. You and I are celebrity guests doing celebrity birthdays for our coworkers tomorrow.
Okay. We'll come up with a plan.
Which I love how that works because it consists of you doing the entirety of all of the work, and then I go up with you and read a couple.
Still nobody has told me about it but you.
Well, you know what, Jason? That's not how you start off the Masters week, right. But here we are. We're right back after this.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sacktown Sports and the Sacktown Sports app.
It's Carmichael Dave talking to you about my good friends at American Energy. You're in the Sacramento area. You know how the seasons work. They are a-changing right now. So American Energy wants to help you stay warm for the rest of the cold season, but help you stay cool during the warm season. Best way to do that, make sure your system is operating safely. So right now is the time to take advantage of half off a tune-up, $24.50. They cut that right in half, and if you want a diagnostic, guess what? You can't beat free. If it's free, it's me, and now it can be you. And also, it's the end of the season blowout. $4,000 off a new system plus any rebates. That $4,000, that's a direct drop from the sticker price. It's a great deal. Check them out at theaeway.com for an instant quote or give them a call at 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990. Tell them your good buddy Carmichael Dave sent you.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
Coach Doug Christie here for your truck headquarters, Folsom Lake Ford. Shop all your favorite models on sale now, like America's best-selling F-Series. Check out a huge selection of Mavericks, F-150s, and Super Duty trucks, or tech-filled SUVs like Explorers and Expeditions. Plus a huge selection of Broncos and Bronco Sports. All in stock now at Folsom Lake Ford in the Folsom Auto Mall. Right now, buy any new Ford with zero down on approval of credit. Save big with low interest finance rates. And Folsom Lake Ford always pays top dollar for your trade. Hurry to Folsom Lake Ford in the Folsom Auto Mall, a 6-time Triple Crown winner for sales and service excellence. That's why they are my trusted dealer, and they should be yours too. For 35 years and counting, come down and take a test drive today. Tell them Coach Doug Christie sent you, or shop online at FolsomLakeFord.com.
Thy ticket, Lady Jennifer of Coolidge.
Well, many thanks, good sir. Hereeth my Discover card.
They accept Discover at Renaissance fairs?
Yeah, they do here. Discover's accepted at the places I love to shop. Get it? With the times.
With the times? You're playing the lute.
Yeah, and it sounds pretty good, right?
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2024 Nielsen report.
What if your limited inventory had unlimited potential? What if your biggest risk was not taking one? What if you could make every move matter? Bank of America's business solutions can help bring your biggest what-ifs within reach. Find out how our digital tools, cutting-edge insights, and trusted expertise can work for your business. What would you like the power to do? Visit bankofamerica.com/banking for business to learn more. Bank of America is proud to be the official bank sponsor of FIFA World Cup 2026.
Alan Stiles here with your Sacktown Sports Injury Update, brought to you by Downtown LA Law Group. After Tommy John surgery in May 2024, Ken Waldachuk began a bullpen progression on March 4th. He continued to throw off the mound and remains in line for a potential return to the major leagues around June. Zach Geloff got his cast removed from his hand fracture and has started light workouts. A 4 to 6 week timeline is about the standard for such injuries, but Zach Geloff hopes to be back sooner. On the court, Devin Carter has been listed as day-to-day with a shoulder contusion and will be listed as questionable for the time being. This injury report was brought to you by Downtown LA Law Group. Hi, I'm Alan Stiles. Injured at work? Call Downtown. Downtown LA Law Group, California's leading injury law firm. With over 40 lawyers throughout California, they've won over $500 million in settlements. Downtown LA Law Group will get you compensation for your work injury. You don't pay unless they win. That's right. You pay zero up front. Call Downtown. Text Injury Help to 40222. That's Injury Help to 40222. Visit them at calldowntown.com.
It's time for the news of the day.
The latest headlines, the biggest stories, hard-hitting analysis.
Yeah, this is none of those things. And now, here's Carmichael Dave and Jason Ross.
Yeah. Let's go. Alan Stiles is not currently in studio, but I am told that he was on StreamYard. Where is Alan?
Let's find out.
Let's find out.
There it is.
Where is he?
Can you guys hear me or not?
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah. Where are you, buddy?
I am in, guess it would be considered like central PA, Pennsylvania, out here.
Man, sounds like he had a great time in Vegas.
It's just, go Houston, apparently. Go Houston.
Is it a private or public reason as to why you're in Central PA?
This is where my wife's family's from. So we're out here for a bit. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So through the miracle of modern technology, I assume you'll be doing remote shows all week?
Yeah. And then I'll take off on Friday, be back in studio on Monday. It's the Dave special, actually.
Wow, Jason, imagine doing remote shows instead of just being there with your teammates. Yeah. God.
Well, doing a solo show, I make my own rules.
Yeah, you do.
Man, 12:45 for him over there.
Isn't that nice? It is nice. It is nice. Well, I guess it didn't make a difference for you 10 to 2. It's not like you're getting up crazy early.
It makes a big difference.
It does? Okay. Yeah. Well, enjoy Alan Styles live from Central PA.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the best part of PA?
I know that I sounds totally stereotypical. I'm sorry. I don't know anything about Pennsylvania except for Philadelphia and Pittsburgh. Are you guys anywhere near Amish country? Because I know this sounds weird. You're in it? No way. I've always wanted to
look
visit.
at the room that he's in. You can tell it's Amish country.
It's it. We're here.
I hear that they say they have some the best, they'll have little foods and stuff that they sell and all that. And it's super good quality. I've always wanted to visit just to see. How cool is that? Just you just got a little portion of the world that's yours in the middle of the craziness of America, and you're rolling around on a horse and buggy. Mm-hmm. How about that? All right, back to you, Jason Ross. Something I don't know if they would be into or not, but celebrity birthdays.
Yeah.
Big time. All right. Hopefully lots of big birthdays today.
Yeah, pretty good day.
Jason Ross.
All right, well, let's start with some movies. On this date, in what year? We have 3 different movies for you guys. I think you guys are going to get these. Let's start. Dave, I'm going to go right to your wheelhouse and let you go first on this one. On this date, in what year did the movie that you love, that you watch probably more than any movie ever, come out? Major League. You better get Major League.
I'm going to get within a year. It's one of 2 years. By the way, Sunday night movie last night, Avery was gone. I put on Tropic Thunder. My wife nor son had ever seen it.
Man.
Boy, did I forget how that started. I forgot a lot about that movie, and boy, was that uncomfortable. I'm going to say 1987, and I'm going to be within a year.
1989.
Oh.
Go ahead, Alan. 87, 89, and
88. 88.
Okay. We have a correct answer.
I know we do.
And it's not you within a year. Christopher Law, 1989.
I hate that so much.
All right, let's go to another movie. How about The Sandlot on this date in what year?
Ooh. I think that's 92.
Alan?
93.
Alan's right. It's 1993.
We have a correct answer, and it goes to Chris and Alan, 1993.
On my back.
Mm-hmm.
All right. One more movie. Bad Boys.
Ooh.
Martin Lawrence and Will Smith.
I think it's right in that same range. I'll say 90. I'll say 92 again.
94.
1997.
No correct answers. Alan is closest, 1995. Okay, happy birthday today to Jackie Chan.
Jackie Chan is 71.
I saw he's got a new movie coming out.
Yeah, Karate Kid.
Yeah, again. We're doing it again.
Looking so forward to this movie. Chris hates it because he loves Cobra Kai.
You said 71, Dave?
Yes. Yeah.
73. No.
67.
We have a correct answer, and it goes to Carmichael Dave.
Finally.
Jackie Chan, 71.
Bam. Thank you. Love you, Dad.
Happy birthday, Russell Crowe.
Crikey.
Did I?
Gladiator.
Yes.
Oh, that's another movie.
Virtuosity.
Robin Hood. Russell Crowe, also featured in South Park, is 61.
That was very Alan of you.
Thank you.
61. I'm going to say 63.
Ooh, I was going to say 63 too. I'll say 62.
All right, we have a correct answer, and it goes to Carmichael Dave.
That's 2 in a row. Love you, Mom.
All right. Francis Ford Coppola.
Ooh.
The winemaker.
Jack. He made the movie Jack.
Oh. FFC, as we call him.
Yeah, we do.
Frankie Ford's.
He brings the boom.
Is 80.
82.
84.
Chris is closest, 86.
Oh, he's old.
Happy birthday to Bill Bellamy.
I rode an elevator with him once. Quad 106. Yeah, it's great.
Came in the old studio. Was on the old
He
show.
did. One of the greatest storytellers we've ever had.
He really is. Good. He actually really is. Billy B is 53. Nope, he's 58. Sorry, I had to switch that.
60.
55.
We have a correct answer. Goes to Alan Stiles, 60 on the nose.
Oh.
For Bill Bellamy. Happy birthday to Adrian Beltre.
Don't touch his hair.
Adrian Beltre is 43.
He played for a while, man. You know what
You
they
sure
say
did,
about baseball
Alan.
players?
Yeah.
What do they say?
45. Yeah.
44.
Alan's closest, 46. Happy birthday to Tiki and Rondé Barber. I guess they're twins.
They are, as a matter of
Yes.
fact. Oh, I don't know. That's your opinion.
Well, maybe their birthdays are different.
They're 48.
49.
53.
Alan's closest, 50. And lastly, former Niner Ricky Waters.
Notre Dame's Ricky Waters. Ricky Dubs is 52.
50.
53.
Chris is closest, 56.
Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. All right, Alan, you got a big show coming up. Kings beat the Cavs. They play the Pistons tonight. National championship. A's back home. Giants at home. All opening up series is one of the best days and best week in sports. And, of course, tons of Masters coverage right there with Alan. Live from the middle of Pennsylvania. For Jason, for Chris, for Frankie, who brings the boom, I'm Dave Light, the Bee. Bye-bye now.
You never know what you might hear